It's a spicy bourbon. No questions around the table? None? We're good to go?
I'm here.
Are you fucking with us, bro? All right, Drew. Spin it up, daddy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Jolly Boys Driving, one of Evansville's most jubilated JPEG-dealing junctions, joining up to drop bows on jokers who don't respect the juxtaposition of jockeys and junior jump ropers. Uncle Gary got good and goosed up and tried to gander at the neighbor Greg when he was trying on his new golf gloves. Episode of Thedaysgrimm. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm.
And I'm Drew Head.
Tight. I like it. Thank you for being on it, dude. I miss you guys, dude. I feel like I haven't seen you in like a month. It's only been 2 weeks.
Been like 2 weeks. I would like to point out one thing. Tom didn't do his in the intro.
Oh yeah, he doesn't
wearing
have headphones. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll splice it in, dude. We'll splice it in.
You better.
Speaking of Tom just being a piece of shit, Tom, can you do me a favor? Hit him with that intro.
Joining us this week in the Thedaysgrimm studio is Jake and Jorren from JRL Local. How are you guys?
Hello. Sick. Happy as hell to be on the Thedaysgrimm.
What's up,
Evansville
dudes?
ain't ready.
You guys doing all right?
Oh, dude, I'm doing amazing.
Beautiful.
These seats are comfy as hell.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm
doing all right,
good.
Jorren?
I'm doing real good.
Hell yeah, dude. We saw each other like a month ago at
the gay bar.
Yeah, the gay bar.
Yep.
We were just chilling, bumping.
Hanging out.
Funny thing, I was just I saw a Rogan clip.
Did you wear your pineapple shirt?
I should have. I should have, dude.
I went there once and the guy
Do you go to
offered.
Do you go to like? Do you let a gay guy hit on you sometimes ever?
Yeah, for confidence.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. You guys, that ever happened to you?
Yeah. All
Has
the time.
Has
Dude,
it
'cause,
ever
like,
happened? Yeah, it's happened.
Was it like a
So-
bummer for you, or was it like for me?
No, that's a great compliment.
Yeah, dude.
It's amazing, bro. I go out on the dance floor, start twerking and dancing. Bro, all the dudes come up and be like, what are you doing, honey? And then I'm just like, oh, nothing. What, you want to buy me a drink? Oh, dude, free drinks?
you
To be fair, Jake's got moves though.
Nah, but
Jake's
I'm
got
just
some
saying,
moves.
You can't-
gay guys will be out there on the dance floor.
Dude,
you
are
can't just
you-
be sitting on the side.
are
You
you
got to
ta-
get out there.
Are you tap dancing out there, dude? You got
Of
some.
course.
Jake's
You
got
got
some moves.
Are you Mick
dude,
Jagger?
Yeah, dude. Just like you just move a little bit. Oh wait, the camera can't see it. Sorry, I was
Yeah, dude.
doing this.
Shins up, dude.
Shins up.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
asked before we
I
started.
know, my bad.
Yeah.
Hopefully these shins are good.
Know
enough for
where
you
you're
guys.
at, okay?
Okay,
Gosh,
I get the
dude.
frame.
Yeah. Anyways, dude. So, what have you guys been up to, man? Having a good. It's right now. It's October. This is gonna drop in November. But did you
Right.
did you have a good October?
Bro, I was at the Halloween. I went to Bud's last night at Halloween, bro, and I can't stand it. There's way too many people. Way too
Bud's
many
is
people.
awful.
Bro, there's
Yeah.
way too many people. At least it's not like Chasers, which is $20. So we went to Bud's, but dude, and I'm short. I'm like a super short guy, so everybody's mountains.
How tall are you?
Bro, don't make me say that. Come on.
I'm pretty sure you're taller than I am. So.
Hey, short kings for life, dog. 5'7".
Oh, we're the same height.
Shucks, dude.
It's rough, dude. So everybody's just, I'm always
Yeah, trying to make your
and
way
you
through
can't
a
get
crowd.
through, and then everybody's touching you all over.
Jordan, what about you? You have a good October so far?
Yeah, it's been a really good October.
What about business, dude? Are you guys crazy busy?
Yeah.
Bunch
yeah,
of
we are.
pumpkin.
You guys don't slow down through the winter months?
Nope.
No.
No.
What is slowing down?
Yeah. You know, so we've had actually one of our graphics guys, he actually just recently moved back to Indianapolis. So we've been trying to, figure out this whole remote thing. And, so with him kind of up and jumping ship for a little bit, it's been tough to
That's a
get everything
challenge.
done. And,
So he's not working for you remote up there.
No, he is.
Oh, he is.
Yep.
It's just different now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got to upgrade our systems, get new servers.
That's a bitch.
The whole thing.
Servers are a bitch.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. But they're so nice.
Is
Yeah.
this like the NAS servers or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been looking to get one.
Yeah, they're so expensive.
They're-
bro.
They're so expensive.
We
and
have
they,
to get a new
they
one.
need like their own air conditioning unit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's fucking insane.
need
It
their own
turns
makeup.
out they're actually, it's same as computers. After 2 years, you got to get a new one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, or you can limp by and like upgrade the software and the hardware and kind of limp it along.
Just take out a processor, shove a new
But-
processor in.
And then for like a shitty one, it's like $1,500 or $2,000 or whatever. And then you have to like pay to keep it online. So it's a constant monthly fee that you're paying to keep this fucking hunk of thing that stores all your shit online. It's,
Yes, dude.
I used to work in the internet biz, and it's a bitch.
Did it really?
I totally understand. Yeah. Do you guys remember Sitco that used to be around here?
Yeah.
I used to work for Sitco, and they have
Really?
they had all their servers.
Those gas stations.
I was thinking of
That's
the
what
gas
I was
station.
thinking,
That's
man.
Sitco.
They're Indian owned.
Was it Siggyco?
No, the gas station is Sitco. Sitco
Sitco.
is
Yeah,
It was
it
like
was
in Disney, right?
Sitco.
think.
Sitco. They did internet for all the county people. But yeah, it's a bitch, dude.
Oh, so I was gonna say, all I know is Spectrum. I was like, were you the Wi-Fi guy that like walked up to my door and was like, "What's the wrong with the Wi-Fi?" You weren't that guy.
No, that was
Okay.
not me.
I love those guys.
So how long has JRL been in business?
I'm almost 5 years.
Yeah,
Almost 5 years.
Made
5
it-
long years.
Actually, what did they? We were just talking to Parsons from Honeymoon Coffee about this. Honeymoon
It's a
Coffee
relationship, so if you make it 7 years, it's more likely going to work.
Oh, that's what I'm tangling.
I thought it was
Oh.
like 3.
What's the?
I thought
Or
it
like
was
most
5.
businesses fail
Most
within the first
businesses
3
fail
years.
within the first.
Yeah, there's like a
That
hump.
makes sense.
There's like a hump that you have to get past.
3 years was def. I feel like every year's a hump. What's
Yeah.
when is
Yeah,
it
that's
not
true.
a hump?
No, it's more so in a sense of if you can figure it out for 3 years, great. That means you're figuring out how to not lose money. And then everything after that is, are you up to par with exactly what your numbers look like? And the people who go from the 5 to 7 years, that's what decides if you got your numbers down to where 7, you're fine. Because if you got your numbers down, you know what your sales are, you're good.
Okay, I
Just
see.
keep up with the sales.
I can see that. I feel like business can be a tricky lady. And then once you get into like the years and start extrapolating things, we don't make a lot of money on the podcast, but as a business, it can be tricky. So I kind of understand, but we're also really poor. So
Oh, I 100%.
I can tell you, drinking
Agreed.
Johnny Walker.
not great, dude.
all our budget goes into booze.
Yeah, see, he's the business guy. I just click buttons.
That's
I'm having a good time, and Jordan's over there stressing. You know, dude, every time I go upstairs, he's emailing or in a business call and just being like, "Whew, okay, next one. I got to go again to the next business
And
call."
I feel like this
and
is
I'm over here just like having a great time being creative. Like, yeah, this is the next video.
this would be a good time to bring up the introduction. So we like to do an elevator pitch for people that maybe don't follow our channel regularly, and they don't kind of know exactly what we do, who we do, et cetera, et cetera.
They should.
So we like to do a little elevator pitch, like 60 seconds or less, and we can go both of you guys. So yeah.
Oh, I'd love to hear Jake's first. This
Oh
would be
man,
fun.
I would love to hear.
Do you guys
yours
want to
first.
thumb
Yours
wrestle
is-
over it?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh, we're actually
Three,
going to do
Wait, how's the saying go?
Go.
I have really tiny thumbs, Jordan.
Yeah, okay. So
There
Jake's
you
going to go first. All
Oh,
right.
oh, so the winner,
Love it, love
the
it.
loser goes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
60
I cheated.
seconds. What's your Jake, what's your elevator pitch?
Okay, so my elevator pitch. First of all, if you're not subscribed to the Thedaysgrimm, wrong. And for me,
You're goddamn right.
wrong. So for me, I got into videography in college. I always liked watching movies, and I was always super curious of how they got that shot. I didn't know shit about cameras. I didn't fucking, who cares, right? But I was always like, how did they do that? Like, okay, I see that shot. How did they do that? And it was always in the back of my mind. I went to college, did the thing that was the closest to it, which is broadcasting and communication majors, right? And it was the worst thing ever. Well, okay, I take that back. It was great in some ways, but it was broadcast. So, it was like news stuff, and man, I was so bored, and I didn't have anybody around me to like really tell me what this could do or what you can do with this. I thought it was just like a very long progression of you have to start in like news media,
Right.
then you get your own camera, whatever. But then I met this guy that like knew cameras real well, and he was like, "Bro, you can make hella money doing wedding videos if you just buy your own camera." And I said, bet. And I dropped out of college. There's that story. And then fast forward, after doing like weddings and shit and music videos, and I was really into it, moved to Evansville because I was like, I'm from Vincennes, and there was nothing going on there. It's such a small town. It's awful. It's city and train city.
Yeah.
And
Dirty V.
seriously, dude, super dirty V. And then I came to Evansville, messaged anybody I could about like, hey, who's videography?
I was the only
doing?
person that responded.
He was the only dude that responded. So I messaged everybody and
Jordan
I was like, hey.
just desperate enough to accept
Yeah.
it.
And I said, bet, dude. And I watched his videos. I was like, sick, I can do this. And so like he fucking met up with me at Donut. What's that donut? Parlor Donut.
Slap.
Shout out to Parlor Donut. Great place. And he was like, bro, you're hired.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, oh man, I don't got a computer. I don't have a camera. He said, don't worry.
Hooked you up.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy Jorren is. He'll, if you ain't got something, if you're, lacking in something, he's like, don't worry about it, man. He's a problem fixer for sure.
Can I take my summation away from that? So are you still shooting now, or do you do more than that now?
Oh, I mean,
With JRL.
oh, video editing.
What do you do?
Oh yeah,
You do
I
a
am
lot.
production manager. That is my little title that they
Okay.
give me.
Okay.
Do you manage productions?
Yes, I do.
There you go.
Yeah, dude.
So anytime somebody needs something done, they hit me up for one-time productions.
Also,
Our clients
traveling
are different.
cameraman. You
Yes.
just went out of town.
Oh
with
yeah,
your,
yeah. Just did a documentary in Vegas following our a really big client
You
of
get to
ours.
see the new dome?
No, dude, that was the
Fuck.
one thing that freaking
It broke
pissed me
when we were
off.
there. That was when the hurricane came through Vegas and it was broken.
Yeah, dude.
The
Yeah,
globe,
so
the sphere.
I didn't even get
You
to
seen
fucking
pictures of
see
the
it.
inside of it?
No, what's it look like?
Dude, it's so
Nuts,
sick.
man.
I
Seems
want to.
like it'd be a great place.
I want to trip out and go inside there.
Dude, I don't do acid or mushrooms, but if I did, I would. That would.
That would be the first place.
Yeah, I think I
Hey,
saw
let's make
something
this a
about
thing.
like, it was the first like 24 or like 18K movie directed by Darren Aronofsky or something.
Oh, I did see
and they
that.
showed it in the
Yeah, I
inside
saw
of the
that.
globe.
No shit.
And I think it was just like,
Didn't have something to do with
I don't-
space.
yeah,
Yeah,
space or something.
Earth. I saw that. It starts in outer
dude.
space and it like zooms into Earth. Yeah, and it's like fucking insane
Bro, that would've been-
resolution.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Dude, the screen just wraps all the way up and down, and like they do concerts in there. It's like whatever you want as the backdrop.
It's amazing.
Be a wet dream.
It's freaking beautiful.
Dude,
I
no
love
kidding.
that.
I'm half chub just thinking about
I
it.
know, right?
I'm
So,
getting
Jordan,
moist.
what about you?
Yeah, elevator pitch. Jordan, who are you, sir? Who are you?
My name is Jorren. I started JRL in 2019 or so, right before the pandemic. Best time
Yeah.
to start a business, right before the
Honestly.
pandemic. And kind of like what Jake was saying, it's I was just started off making free videos for a bunch of local businesses because I was like, I can two birds, one stone. I can market myself, I can network, and I can get better at making videos, and then niche myself into businesses while doing it for free and doing all this stuff. So that's what I kind of did, and then the pandemic hit, but I didn't stop, so I kept doing that and was just making all these free videos and whatnot. And then I met Jake and finally started picking up some traction, started getting some clients, hired Jake on, and me and Jake have been married ever since,
Yeah.
obviously. But
No.
Jake was your first employee,
Started-
technically.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Started with those.
It's more of like a partner than an employee. We hate the word employee, but
Yeah, we don't
you don't
use
put
that.
labels on it.
No.
No.
We just give each other titles.
Well, yeah. Let's not make it exclusive. Is
Yeah.
what it sounds like. You know what I mean? You can.
Yeah.
I can touch a tip. You can touch a tip.
Exactly.
Whatever. dude.
Exactly.
Of a camera.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
a camera, of a camera.
So
the
we're
lens of
clear.
it, Yeah.
So we're
and
clear.
did you guys ever see any of like the back 2019, 2020
Takeover Tuesdays.
Takeover Tuesdays?
I
That's
do
what
vaguely
Takeover
remember that.
Tuesday.
You
Oh,
talked to me
man.
about them. Yeah.
it was rough, man. Like
Oh, it was
it was
rough.
super fun,
was
but
fun.
like with trying to do
Crunch time.
clientele work,
Just
you
with
know,
podcasts, trying to get done in a week.
you're doing it
Right.
for free.
I don't want to talk about it. It makes
Oh,
my
man.
stomach hurt.
It's
know.
it's hard, and people don't see that side of it. Like to do all these
Where you
awesome
have
free
One
videos.
technical difficulty that puts you through a 3-day hurdle. Of,
Oh, yeah.
Literally, bro.
Yeah.
All the time. Oh,
You
the
got
computer.
rope tied in a noose. You're ready, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just all I need is this one system to keep messing up and
Yeah.
hanging.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Premiere
No.
Pro, shout out
Premiere,
to him.
yeah.
It's
It's-
fucking Premiere Pro. That
Hey, also speaking of hanging, shout out to that teacher that hanged himself in that Death of the Week on our Halloween. Well, it might be 2 weeks ago. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've got the 150
Oh, yeah, that
that's
was
dropping.
2 weeks ago.
But the the Halloween special, you guys haven't heard it yet, but when it drops, dude, the Death of the Week is fucking gnarly.
is it gnarly?
Yeah, it's fucking.
No, I love how Brian always be saying gnarly, dude. It's in my head. I was fucking.
It's gnarly.
Shout out to that dude who fucking died. That was
Yeah,
sick.
shout out to him, bro. It's grim, but there's a positive outlook on it somewhere.
That's where I come in at, dude. I bring the day to his grim. You know what I'm saying,
Amen
dude?
to
A lot of
that.
I just bring the death of the week.
Tom's just here for
So
the good
that's
time.
actually how we like came up with the thesis of the show, really, or the scope of the show was like it's a dark versus light, it's a day versus grim. It's, you know what I mean? So
I
like,
love it.
And then we have all this fun during the interview, and then we do the death of the week, and that's really dark, and you know Tom gets a boner, and then we go back to the happy stuff, and then at the very very end we like to tie up on like
That's where about the part where the boner
he's
dies
looking,
down.
dude. Hey, you don't.
I'm waiting for it.
You don't have to look very hard, dude.
Well, my eyes are never moving.
No, but and then at the very very end we like to tie up on like that dark question that we've talked
yeah.
about. So it's like a good balance.
That's my favorite part.
It's like
I love
happy-
I'll fast forward to when you guys like.
dichotomy of
A
like
lot of people do that, and then
Like,
the traction
who's
dies
dying?
off. after that.
I was like, I want to hear who dies.
oh, dude, on a dick. Let me get in there.
Yes.
No, but man, it was it's cool spending all this time making this creative stuff. But yeah, I agree, it can be very cumbersome at
Dude.
times. And hats off to you
Time.
guys for having done it now for, you said 5 years.
5 years.
5 years. That's a
We
lot.
only did Takeover Tuesdays for.
Yeah, we did take over
3 or
Tuesdays.
2.
Very, very small point. That just kind
Yeah.
of like got our foot in the door. But essentially, we started building clients after that. Started growing our team, and then obviously, whenever you handle clients, it's more of a day-to-day type of task rather than like a one-off production type of thing. So, you know, Jake is very, very skilled in the whole production storytelling realm, and you know. I feel like we make a great team as far as like putting our heads together for shots and
Oh,
whatnot. But obviously, I can't be there all the time for productions and whatnot. So, you know, we've kind of built this whole team around just bringing creators that just want to create together to find an outlet for that creativity, but also propping up their own personal stuff too, to where they can do their own productions, they can do their own comedy skits, they can do their own photography, their own stuff, to where, you know, they can have their own businesses at the same time while, you know, growing their skills and learning and working with a cool team at the same
and a lot of
time.
access to cool equipment. shared
Yes,
equipment.
and that's what it
Yeah.
is. It's like the experience of being around so much stuff that you kids like me don't have the money or the time to invest in.
yeah,
this stuff.
one
So-
lamp is like $1,000.
Literally, dude. It's not cheap. This business is not cheap. You're either rich or
Sucking
you're-
50 dicks to
Oh
get
my
that
God,
$1,000
seriously,
life.
man.
That's like a big part of like why I fuck with you guys so much. Just because, like, giving someone a camera and letting them use equipment and shit and just do whatever while also employing them, and it's just
It's
so huge.
partnering them.
partnering. Yeah, yeah. It changes a lot of people's lives. All the
Yeah.
guys that have joined up have. I mean, we've only grown. You know.
Well, it's like, okay, go ahead and try and be creative and sit in a room by yourself at a computer and see how long it takes you to eventually hate yourself by the end of what you're trying to make. But whenever you have people to bounce things off of,
Oh,
just
yeah.
makes
It
things
makes
so
it-
much
Even
makes it
easier.
better.
editing with somebody else in the room
Yeah.
alone is
Game
like-
changer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
love
just like
it.
having 3 guys on a podcast versus just
One.
You know, it's like you get to bounce.
I wouldn't make it. I promise you.
No.
I promise you. I wouldn't do it by myself. I would have quit a long time ago.
Speaking of quitters,
Speaking of quitters, there are times where people think that it's just time to quit life. So I guess it's now time
or
for.
quit making their YouTube videos.
suicide?
Oh wait, hold on. Is that what you were transitioning to?
Yeah,
That was a terrible segue.
I loved it. You know, Drew. We'll
Easy
edit
to pass
that.
like
Don't
post-its
worry.
around, be like,
Don't worry.
Drew.
Don't worry.
Do me a favor and let's spin up this week's Death of the Week. This week's Death of the Week brought to you by Thedaysgrimm.com. Our website is not nearly as dope as JRL's, which we will show you later, but I highly suggest you stop by and buy some pretty mediocre t-shirts for some pretty reasonable prices.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking at you, Jake.
Sorry, if I could be wearing one right now, I'd be doing this the whole
Buy
time.
a fucking t-shirt, you cheapskate. That's thedaysgrimm.com. Stop on in, dip the tip in, see what feels right. Okay, so let's move on into this week's Death of the Week. Oh, Drew, let's go full screen because this is going to get tasty. This week's Death of the Week, thank you for zooming in. I didn't even have to ask. Woman jailed for killing boyfriend in YouTube stunt that went wrong. Here we go. Minnesota woman has been sentenced to 6 months in prison for shooting dead her boyfriend in a YouTube stunt that went wrong. Mona Lisa Perez, now 20, pleaded guilty to a second-degree manslaughter in the death of 22, who she had been dating for 5 years. On Wednesday, Minnesota Judge Jeffrey Remick set out the terms agreed under plea bargaining. He said Perez would serve a 180-day jail term, alternating between 10 days in jail and 10 days out for 6 months, amounting to 90 days behind bars. The judge said the remaining 90 days could be served in home confinement. Perez was asked by age 22 to fire a gun from a 30 centimeters away. That's poorly written. As he held a hardback encyclopedia to protect himself from the bullet in June of last year. Had previously experimented and thought that the thick book would protect him. The clip was filmed by 2 cameras, and the couple's 3-year-old daughter witnessed the shooting, really involving the children. God, Jesus, fuck. How much farther do I gotta go, Tom?
What?
Now there's
worse.
Can we
Just
watch
a little
it?
more.
Man.
Just a little more.
Okay, we'll go a little farther. They had recorded a number of YouTube videos together featuring them doing stunts and completing challenges. Before the shooting, Perez tweeted, and I quote, "Me and..." I feel like, I don't know.
Yo, no, keep the voice.
What was her name again?
Mona Lisa.
Okay, so Mona Lisa. So where'd the quote go? Me and are about to go. I don't know what fucking accent I'm doing.
That was beautiful.
Going to shoot one of the most dangerous videos ever. His idea, not mine. I think she's French.
That
She's like
was French. She was trying French.
She's Austrian French. The bullet pierced the book, which I'm only laughing at my accent. The bullet pierced the book, which was only 1.5 inches thick, killing. Perez was pregnant with their second child at the time of the shooting.
Oh my God! Hasn't everybody watched fucking MythBusters, or like at least like
he tried it, okay?
intelligent? They tried. They tried.
Okay,
not
this,
busted.
just so we're clear, this is roughly an inch thick.
Yeah,
So you
an
gotta-
inch and a half. How fucking dumb are you?
I don't
At
know.
least 3 inches.
I mean, people gotta at least
do like a Bible or
understand.
something.
Yeah, at least the Bible, the God's word would protect you. better.
Jesus, JC's stepping in at that
He
point.
would have stepped in and not let anyone die. This is ridiculous, man.
I don't know what to say.
Did he record it, or
Mo-
where are the views at? Like, if it got
Could you
a
imagine
million views,
afterwards?
Do you think she published the video?
She's in jail for 10 days and then 10 days out. So how does that work when you get a job? Hey, I can work.
That's what I'm
I can work
saying.
10 days on.
I
and
know.
then I
What
gotta
is
take
that?
10 days off.
That's what I was asking. What is that sentence? Have you seen that type of sentence
I
before?
think it's like
Was
a
it
concurrent sentence.
months?
where
Okay.
you-
Do they do that often?
That's
I
what
have
I'm-
no idea. It seems weird.
How old were they again?
like 20.
20 and
20s.
22.
20s.
Oh
Although
my God.
They were
I-
Drew's age.
I gotta kind of,
Drew, what are you doing later? You want to go practice later?
I gotta
Drew?
kind of blame here because
He really hyped his girl up for that charge.
he
you
asked
know?
her to shoot the gun,
Yeah,
and I guess that's why she got
Yeah,
second degree
bring your kids
manslaughter and not
along.
murder.
yeah. I guess that makes sense.
But even if
God bless
he
you.
hadn't died and he didn't get injured, why the fuck was their 3-year-old there?
Yeah.
oh my God,
I think she was manning the camera, just so we're clear. I think the 3-year-old is manning one of the cameras.
Oh, it wasn't like vlog style. Like,
Do you
hold
think
still.
a 3-year-old can do your job, Jake?
Absolutely, bro. 100%. All you do is like hit
Dude,
a
get a
button
ro-
and then put shit together in a
Dude,
software.
Get a Ronin, bro. You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
You get a-
Yeah, what's the first camera you had? What was that?
This 6500?
No, the
Oh,
the Cosmo?
the Osmo,
Oh, the
baby.
Osmo.
Get
Set him
yourself-
up with a fucking baby easy rig.
Hell yeah, dude.
Easy, right?
Hook it to your
Dude,
chest.
But how bonkers? Okay, first off, let's be clear. Let's
YouTubers.
hypothetical situation on this death of the week. And shout out to Mona Lisa for giving us this
Honestly.
content. Shout out to Mona Lisa, she's crushing it.
Thank you. Thank you.
They
Appreciate it.
thought that this content would be used in other ways.
Well, here's my question. Here's my
They thought
question.
they would get me
Let's
confused.
say this goes off without a hitch, right?
What went on?
What are the odds that YouTube lets you pull out a firearm and shoot at a
Yeah.
person holding a book and
Exactly.
doesn't tear
At the
that
very
down?
Yeah,
least,
let
it
you
would be
monetize
age
that.
restricted.
Yeah.
demonetized and age restricted, and I'd be willing to bet their audience is 99.9% underage, so they wouldn't be able to watch it.
This brings up my point of a YouTube and a Live Leak collab to where YouTube runs
Don't laugh.
part of their
Guys, somebody died.
Well, yeah, but I'm just
Somebody
saying
died.
they took down Live Leaks. If
Hold on.
YouTube could merge with
Just
Live
merge
Leaks
it, bro.
and just
Just
do
merge.
like
Real quick.
$10 and you can see all the old Live Leak content, it would be a hit.
I have to be clear, Jordan. This is not a fun time for me. This,
He's
I
like,
I don't enjoy
There
talking.
was a kid that watched it
He's like-
happen. This is awful. These kids are out of hand out here. They're
This
trying
is-
to chase some clout. And,
this
hey,
is-
shoot me in the chest, man. It'd be crazy. We get so many
They
views.
lived through
This-
the Tide Pod challenge, and they
yeah,
needed
they can
something
live through the gun. This
the
is why we
next
need.
level.
This is
That's
why
a-
we need less gun laws.
This
dude.
is
This
funny.
is exactly why.
Yeah, Darwinism, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Let them take themselves
man.
out, man. Let them take themselves out. No, but what I think is fucked up is that like, if it goes off without a hitch, like this video doesn't go anywhere. This video doesn't go anywhere.
No, and I don't know why you would think it would. Go
It
anywhere.
honestly might go viral, but at
What are the odds? That's what I need to know.
It's
what
not
are
going to
the
go
odds?
viral in an evidence room.
yeah, but it
Thank
would
you.
it would most
Attempted
likely
murder.
get demonetized.
I don't know, dude. That's this week's Death of the Week. Again, brought to you by Thedaysgrimm, 2Ms.com. Get in there. Touch the tip.
So, Jordan, when you're first starting and you're doing work for free, I find a lot of photographers, when they get into photography, they're doing stuff for free, and that's mainly just to get your name out there and to get the like clientele built up and eyes on your stuff, right?
What a segue. So hey, let's bring it real dark. Hey, yeah, man. So that's pretty crazy that you guys.
if I'm being totally honest with you, you should have been here for Coke Dick. There's no good way to segue
there's
out
no
of that.
segue out of it.
Oh,
Like I
man.
feel like we just talk about
Yeah.
like this super depressing.
Yeah, dude, you're like also
Life of people
now that we're
dying.
done with Cokes and Dick, you know what I mean? Like,
Man.
No, but you're right. You know, it's like with what we do, you know, it's like right at the beginning of COVID, like where was content? Content was just essentially, you know, there was a couple YouTubers out there, a little bit of people were famous.
Bunch of people trying Twitch for the first time.
Pretty
Yeah,
much,
that's
you
true,
know,
yeah.
it's like it wasn't as progressed as it is today. And, you know, the reason, like they say, like, I don't know the exact statistic, but it's like 90% of the content viewed on the internet today is video. And the only reason that it is video today is because our sharing and our speeds have gotten faster. Where before it's been photos primarily.
internet speed, you mean?
Internet
Oh,
speeds, you know, so like now we can buffer videos very quickly.
Yeah.
So, you know, the whole idea behind, you know, graphics are being huge right now, and graphics take a lot of processing power. So it's just a matter of time before, you know, graphics start getting huge, and now we start seeing way more animations than video. Just like, you know, the whole meta universe and all that stuff.
Did you
It's
see
like,
that interview
we
with
are.
Mark Zuckerberg and Lex
Oh,
Friedman
fuck.
in the metaverse?
no,
You
No.
didn't?
no.
You
Yes.
did not.
I saw some promos and stuff for the metaverse and whatnot, but I didn't see Lex Friedman.
So Lex was in San Antonio, and then Zuckerberg was like on Mars or wherever he's from. No one's really
He
sure.
was in the sewers of New York, where
Yeah.
the lizards are.
Yeah, with the lizard people. And they were literally 1,500 miles apart from one another, put these matching headsets on, and then it, like, what is the term they use?
Well, they go to a place that LiDAR scans your face in, and then the headset has a remote LiDAR down, and then it mimics you. So it's like we're sitting across from each other, and like Lex the whole time is in the looking at Mark
Bobbing and weaving.
more and stuff. It's
so scary.
wild.
So, and
Yeah.
it moves in real time. Every facial discrepancy, if you have a blemish on the day that you did the mapping, if it's there, every wrinkle in your face. I mean, it's like it's you.
That's
you're,
cool.
You're there. I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me in real time.
That's
Mhm.
cool.
And then they just put some shitty turtleneck on you. But
So are you?
it's insane.
Are you guys doing like
Yeah.
these like breakdowns of like when you get hired on at like a place and they make you watch these videos of like you're now a Zaxby's employee and this is how you guys
Hey,
making
some of those
content?
millionaires
Yeah.
need to learn that.
Do you have to do
honestly.
that for real?
What?
Like watch the video? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I'm
Like-
asking if they make those like the hire on training videos.
oh yeah, do you guys do that?
Yeah, yeah. So like, you know, whenever people hire us and we work with people exclusively, you know, they just pay us reoccurringly, and we just constantly make
Content
whatever,
for 'em.
you know, content. You know, so it's like we develop a strategy and we kind of know where we're going, and then you know we produce, you know, directly related to that. So it's like, all of our one-off productions, those are people that reach out to us that are looking for just, hey, I just got one project. I'm looking to, and Jake will lead those things. But
like promos or website, banner
TV
videos,
commercials,
stuff like that.
things like that.
I know we've kind of skipped out of order, so we normally like to do like a nice timeline or whatever. It's always a little more challenging when we have multiple speakers.
I know, yeah.
So we kind of got that timeline of like what you guys were doing, and then like JRL starting, because it started with basically you two in your partnership, your marriage date.
What were your childhoods like? That's what I want to know.
Oh my God, I can go deep.
Well, we don't need to go deep, but like, where did each one of you grow up? Just out of curiosity, because I'm curious. Where did you grow up, Jorren?
So I was actually born in Evansville, moved to Philpott, Kentucky, lived there for about 5 years.
I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
What was that?
Philpott, Kentucky. It's right outside of Owensboro.
That's a verb.
Right.
That's a verb, right?
It's PH.
You're filling a pot.
Philpott.
Philpott. Say it with your Kentucky accent.
I don't have a Kentucky accent.
This would only be better if you did. Jesus Christ. Philpott, Kentucky, right? See, I'm really glad I made this pit stop now.
Yeah.
Philpott, Kentucky. Where is that?
It's right outside it's like the rural area of Owensboro. You've got a few different rural
Owensboro
areas.
area. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you grew up in Philpott a little bit.
Grew up in Philpott, kind of a little bit of on a farm.
I thought he was fucking lying to me. Jesus Christ, you're right.
Back whenever we lived there was pretty much only a post office, and that was it.
Did you know this, or am I just...
I don't recall what
Listen,
he
I was
says
only
most of the time.
5, and then I moved back to Evansville, and then I lived in Evansville until my 8th grade year, and then I moved to a small town outside of Lexington, Kentucky called Georgetown, Kentucky. And then I went to high school in Georgetown.
Dude, honestly, of all the towns in Kentucky, I will only give credit to Lexington. That's it.
Dude.
That's it.
I bleed blue through and through.
Yeah, go Cats.
Yeah,
That's it. Everyone else in Kentucky, just chill the fuck out.
I'm a big fan of Philpott now.
Yeah, dude. No, but it's funny. So you were 5, and then you moved out of there when? How old were you?
No,
I was
there
5 whenever.
he was 5.
Yeah, whenever we moved back to Evansville.
Back to Evansville. So you lived there basically from like infancy,
9
potato
years,
stage,
and then moved to Lexington.
When did
and
you
lived
pick
in
up a
Lexington
camera?
for 5 years.
Damn.
I didn't pick up a camera until I was about 22, because I started bartending. I was actually bartending at the casino for a few years, and I had full intention I was doing a little bit of modeling and stuff, and I wanted to get into acting, and I had full intention to save up a bunch of money bartending and move to Nashville and start getting into,
Nashville's dope.
all that modeling and acting, all that stuff. And, whenever I quit the casino, I went back to my old job, and I picked up a camera and started making videos, because I was like, I feel like if I made more videos, it would make this business more relevant. Maybe people would watch it. People would want to come and see us. They'd feel the energy in the video.
vibe.
Yep. So I started making videos for marketing purposes
On the
with a
Osmo?
focus on.
On that Osmo,
Actually, it was a
baby.
GoPro 3 Plus at first.
Oh, it was the Go 3,
GoPro
dude. The
3
GP3.
Even
Yeah.
more fancy.
GP3, dude.
And then I convinced them to buy an Osmo. So they bought an Osmo Plus. Probably shot like 4 videos on it. We
Yeah.
actually went to Florida to help with a hurricane relief. We went and served pizza and gave pizza out there for free.
Shit, yeah, dude.
And I filmed the whole thing.
Who doesn't
and it was
love
cool.
pizza?
Yeah, man, it was cool.
That's fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
So then from there, I mean, you just slowly start getting into this production.
Yeah, and whenever I finally, it wasn't that one. It was the Osmo Plus. Those pocket Osmos, man. You ever see somebody walking around with those? You're like,
Bruh.
Hey,
Hey, it shot
they're
4K
like this
though.
big.
Hey, it shot 4K though. Shot 4K,
But yeah,
though.
I bought a credit card while I was working for this company. They gave me $7,000 to spend on it, and I was like,
Charged
"Yup."
to the game.
So bought another camera, bought a Sony camera,
Yeah.
and then started filming a little bit more.
Was it the
really
Sony
liked it.
A7?
No, it was the A6500.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rise.
Huh?
Yeah, and then
Okay, right, easy.
yeah, and then obviously had that debt to worry about. But then I eventually quit that job and didn't really have no plans. Didn't really know what I was gonna do. So I
Were
was
you
like-
always into like business? Like you always wanted to own a business? So like,
I did, yeah.
You listen to books or read books or anything like that?
I try to. That's one of the things that I kind of beat myself up about because I want to, but it's also like, if I read for 15 minutes a day, I don't don't fully grasp everything that I'm reading.
Can I jump in on this?
Yeah.
Well, he said 15 minutes a day, so I didn't know if there were like any business people he looked up to.
We always
Oh, there
hear
is.
we always hear about like folks that say like the trainer people, like the people that are physically inept, and they're
like Andy Frisell.
yeah, and they're like, yeah, don't be a pussy, go bench press a fucking Volkswagen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do something uncomfortable 5 times a day, 6 times
Take
a
a
day.
cold shower.
Fucking,
You're not taking a cold shower. You're
kill
fucked.
your mother.
I did that.
No, but it's a fun thought that I have found, and I wish I could credit the person that I had heard it from, but I've heard this forever ago, years ago. But on the topic of like doing things that are uncomfortable and like put you in weird positions, and like you don't feel like you belong with a book in your hand, and you're like, it's almost agonizing to read a book, and like I have to retain this information, and like you just don't want to do it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Take time to force yourself to take time to do it, because that's like you're bench pressing a Volkswagen. That's your uncomfortable, that's your Andy Frisada whatever moment. That's your Goggins moment where you're like, this will make me a better person.
Yeah.
If I just take the time out of my day, 1 hour every day this week, I'm going to read this book. Even if I only get a chapter in this week, I'm going to knock it out, take notes. I'm going to retain the information. So I think that is interesting though, and I feel like because I used to beat myself up about the same the same stuff.
But like when you were putting this business plan together, like who were like some of the business people that you were like looking up to?
Well, it's crazy. It's I didn't really, this is kind of like all during COVID, and I didn't really have any options. I was like, listen, I know that I could just continue to work some dead end job, or I could just do something. And it was more so of like I'm just going to go ahead and do something and then worry about the rest of the stuff later. But, it kind of worked out because, I met one of our biggest clients right now, which is Sean King, and his biggest thing is, he does business coaching. So, it was like the perfect person to meet for all this stuff. So, now I want to say like 20% of the content that we make is all business coaching content. And it's like, that just kind of fell into our lap as far as like, obviously it's very complete different industries. One of them's fence, the other one's media, but obviously it's all
like
the same.
the other 80% has to be fencing.
There's also a bunch of free game in there that you're learning just by editing the videos. Like,
it's the numbers. It's definitely the numbers game.
And I don't want to jump too far into the business, so let's just pump the brakes a
so
little
what
bit.
was it like when you're doing free stuff and then you finally get that first paid job?
I hired Jake instantly.
Yeah, no, literally.
No.
He says, well, because when
I
we
gave
were
him
at
all the money that we had.
when we were at Parlor Donuts, he was like, well, I'm waiting on one more guy, and if he signs, you're hired next week. And then like by the end of the week, he was like, yo, quit your job. And I was working at a hotel at the time, and dude, oh my god, I hated life so much. I was like crying, like I broke down one night when like somebody yelled at me because I didn't cut their pineapple in the morning for him. And then I just like cried and like texted and was like, bro, I'm so ready to freaking quit my job. And then he like,
I'm so
hit
sorry,
me up.
bro.
No, it's totally cool.
No, that's not cool, bro.
He came
That's
in and
fucked
like
up, man.
saved the whole day of like being able to
and
wake
that's
up in the morning.
that's a good segue to like so Jake, where did you grow up? Now we're transitioning to
the
you.
Dirty V.
Van Sands, Indiana. Yeah, and I grew
They
up
had
with
a herpes breakout.
100%.
that's a thing.
100%. My
What was
neighbors.
it? No. Hold on. What was it? We
Bad.
just talked about it on the
all
show.
kinds of breaks out through the
No,
Dirty
they
V.
had a breakout. Dude.
There's always some. My neighbors had it bad.
Like the FDA was.
I
getting
don't know what
involved.
my neighbors had, but
but
they had it bad.
they had it bad.
How
I
do you
that
know
much.
when your neighbors have a sexually
A lot of
transmitted
orange
disease?
juice,
Was it?
There's weird bumps on
Hold on.
lips.
Yeah, no, I'm not joking. This made the news.
There's shit. Oh, dude. Oh, it will not surprise me at all.
It might have been HIV.
Especially chlamydia is huge in at VU campus.
Might
Like
have been
literally.
clap.
Yes, dude. Huge.
Was that a round of applause? Oh wait, never mind. That's just the people in the stand.
Never mind.
No, but I don't want to take away from your story. So Jake,
No,
so you
it's
grew up
true.
in Vincent. So
He's a PK.
what is
I was
that
a
like?
PK. Yeah,
What's-
baby. He knows. He said it. I was a PK, baby.
What's
a
a P-
preacher's kid.
What's a PK?
A PK
do? What's
is-
a PK? What's a preacher kid doing?
Preacher's
in,
kid. Oh my God. I don't know. Not being able to do anything actually.
You can't
Homeschools.
masturbate until you're like 30.
Yeah, don't ask him
dude,
any
no.
SpongeBob
I didn't know what
references. He doesn't
masturbating
know.
was.
I
What
don't
is
know any
masturbating?
SpongeBob references either. So
Nope.
I'm there with you.
Yeah, I couldn't watch SpongeBob. I couldn't like wear shorts. Yeah, like literally, I was mowing outside one day and I was wearing shorts. And my dad came back and he like took off his hat and he slapped me on the head. He said, "What are you doing wearing shorts?"
Yeah,
Well,
they
you're
can't see
mowing.
above your knees.
Yeah, dude.
What are you doing?
Girls like get so infatuated with this part of your leg. I didn't know
Right.
if y'all knew
Your
that,
knee
but
pit?
girls love that.
Oh,
shit.
dude,
Yeah.
I have a hot knee pit. just for
That's
the
what
record.
I'm saying.
That's how I met my wife.
I bet because
Yeah,
I mean
dude.
you just flash that shit. It's your beefcake, dog.
Dude, you need to see my knee pit. I'll show it to you after the show.
Bet.
It's
So
hot,
yeah,
dude.
like growing up with a very religious family really restricted a lot of my seeing films, seeing any type of video, creativity.
Yeah,
it wasn't allowed.
of course, yeah.
So being so secluded and under a rock really made me super insecure, super like don't talk to anybody. What do you call it? Very shy, extremely shy. But then I had to
Coy.
pay for my own cell phone. And I got my first cell phone, and then something happened, and I just became extremely extroverted. I don't know what it was. The internet, dude. And then I got on Vine, and I had
for the Vine.
Yeah, baby. I had 5,000 followers on Vine.
Shit, shout out.
Shout out to Vine days.
What's your handle on Vine, dude? No, I'm joking.
It was just the Jake 47.
I'm just joking. It's
Oh,
dead.
okay.
It's dead now.
Oh, right.
I think Vine's been passed.
Yeah,
It was Vine, then Musically, and then Musically to TikTok.
Bro, I
it
went
technically
viral
wasn't the
times,
same
right?
app.
no,
Oh,
but I went
really?
hard on Musically, dude. I fucking loved Musically.
So you get this cell phone that now you're paying for
Sorry,
as an
that
adult.
was-
No, you're good. You're
that was
good.
a sidetrack, but yeah,
I'm keeping it on the on the rails.
So then I joined the military because I didn't love my life and
it
I
makes
hated
sense.
everything.
It's perfect. It's like,
What do you do when you are
Preacher's
poor?
kid, you want to leave the house? Join the military.
Literally, bro. Like if you ain't got somebody before. Hey, and Brian, you know what I'm talking about. You know what's how those recruiters come up to you, and it was the weirdest part meeting my recruiter. He literally was
don't
driving.
drag me into this.
Hey, bro, come on. You know this. I told you this was gonna go here. He was literally driving like he was driving a truck, and all of these tables fell off the back of his truck. And I'm a good Christian boy, and I went up there and
Yeah.
I picked up these tables and helped him. He was like, "Man, you're so good for helping me. What do you do for a living? What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Nothing, dude. I'm depressed." And he was like, "Well, why don't you?" He's like, "Well, I bet you would love the military." And I said, "Bet." And I met up with him, and I got and like
That's all it took.
That's all it took. I didn't like. I'm telling you, I didn't.
That's a man
know
looking
nothing.
for a way out.
Oh, I was looking for a way out.
Dude,
so,
can I
like,
tell you mine? Dude, I ran
What was it?
I ran into a brick wall, bro.
What?
I was 19 years old. I was living in a friend's apartment, not paying rent, sleeping, sharing a bed with my brother.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
Whom you know.
That's what they
Yeah.
go for.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but recruiters, they're sleazy.
They're fucking vultures.
They're fucking vultures,
Dude,
dude.
they are
and
the-
they're trying to get a check.
I know in America they don't even promise you virgins. Like,
No,
Bro.
it's bullshit, dude.
Yeah,
It's
what the
bullshit,
fuck?
bro? No, you just get shaky at best looking women at the end of the night at a strip club in some town that no one's ever heard of.
Literally,
that you
dude.
end up marrying and then divorcing by the time you get out.
Yeah, and then you have a kid, and you're like, I fucking,
Damn, fuck.
you can't even look forward to
But
that
it happens everywhere.
214 anymore.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Now I have to stay
Yeah,
in
and
pay
it,
for
it
this
just it
child.
happens all the time, and they feast.
Do
on
either
the-
one of you have children, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Not this
How
guy.
many?
I won.
Just one? All right, let's keep it there.
Yeah.
Let's keep
there,
that,
buddy.
bud. The
Slow
recruiters are
down.
out for
I'm
it.
joking. I'm joking.
Slow down.
No, but seriously, that's how it happens, man. Two things happen to guys that join the military. They fucking get married, boom, instantly.
Instantly, dude. And buy a Mustang.
Yeah. Well, yep. Okay. Checks out.
And they buy a fucking Mustang.
I'm 2 for 2.
Three things now.
2 for 2.
Three
2
things
for 2.
now.
They get married, buy a Mustang, and then they have a kid. It's fucking stop it. Stop. Somebody has to stop the trend.
They have to stop it.
Stop it,
please.
because it's
Fucking
still
please.
happening.
But dude, it's just like what.
Well, now I
the
think nobody
benefits-
wants to join. So
Yeah, it's less of a thing now.
You're more in tune because it's more your age
I mean,
group.
I still know a shit ton of people who join the military at fucking 18 and then they're engaged within 3 months to some chick
Oh
that
my
they
god! All the
just
time.
met, and then they're gonna get divorced
Oh, yeah.
in 2 years.
Oh yeah, 100%. All
Or
of them
pregnant.
have.
Or pregnant.
Or pregnant,
pregnant
and
then
divorced.
divorced. yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
and it happens
it's
all the
wild
time.
shit, dude. Military's wild. So what happens? How long do you spend in the military?
It was.
Is this
3.5
active or
years.
is this reserves?
It was nasty girls, bro. It was
Nasty
those
girls?
nasty girls. I
Okay,
went to
dude.
nasty
That's
girls
what's up,
school,
dude. Okay.
and like I didn't care about the test. I just wanted to get out of there. I didn't even. And see, this is the shit that the infantry. Sorry, I was an 11
Slow
Bravo.
down.
Sorry, I was 11 Bravo.
I'm joking.
But they didn't tell me anything. Like they
They
said, "Oh,
don't.
do you want free college?" I was like, "I guess so. I don't know. I really want to go to college." She was like,
Sounds
"Bet.
good.
Do you want this? Well, do you want like at least $900 in your bank account a month?
Do you want 10% off anytime you go to fast food?
Fucking, do you want 10% off your Arby's and Burger King? Yeah, I do actually.
When they ask an infantry dude, like, do you want college? 90% of the answers are like,
I don't know.
What's college, dude?
Literally, dude.
We're
I didn't
all
know
so
anything.
stupid. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know who I was, and that's what they feast on. They vulture for those kids that don't know who they are, what they want in life. You know, they get this nice range of 17 to 20-year-olds that haven't experienced anything,
Yeah.
and they hit on their door and they're like, "Hey, man, you want to be proud? Do you want to do this for your country?" Blah, 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 like all this, and it's fucking National Guard. You want to fucking sacrifice your life?
Fucking-
no, dude. But I would
amount-
like some free
Sounds
shit.
very Mormon-y.
Yeah,
You know?
the amount of recruiters that I had just absolutely harassed. Like I used to work
Dude,
at
seriously.
Journeys, and I was just trying to sell this motherfucker shoes. He like
I don't think
forces his
anybody
business
that works
card
at
on me.
Journeys is gonna
And
enlist
then-
in the military. I'm sorry.
they called my mom.
I feel
and
like going to a
I
hot
heard her
topic.
in the next year or in the next room. They called her and were asking if I wanted to join the military.
such a preteen way to sign up. Dude, if your mom signs you up for the
fucking mom.
infantry, dude, you are fucked.
And she was like, she
fucked.
literally laughed and was like, "No, you have the wrong son."
Because your mom's just gonna be going, "Baby, don't I want to see you in some camo and those blues."
dude. He's a swimmer. You are. You
You're
were.
a swimmer?
He
Yeah,
was,
I
yeah.
was.
He's a swimmer.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. He's a swimmer, bro. So if you're
I'm
knocking
out
on
of
a
shape
swimmer's
now,
door,
so
Yeah, swimmers be fit. I don't know what they do on.
So So when you guys finally like get hired on and like do your first project together, does that like seal the deal for you guys almost? As like, yeah, this is like a set team.
I remember whenever me and Jake first really like got together, you know, I was, you know, I was like, hey, quit your job. I'm going to pay you full time. And, you know, we started, and it's not like we had a lot of clients to really like fill up our schedule. So we got in the car and we were like, all right, man, I got to go take some pictures today. Why don't you just come along? We don't really have anything to edit. And I remember being in the car and them just being like, so what are we going to do? It's like, man, is this what it's like being like a full-time YouTuber?
yeah.
Just nothing
Just
to do,
recording you? Am I just
making
gonna
stuff out
record
of
you?
thin air.
Yeah. That's what you have to
Like,
do.
sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't really have. What would you say our first like real project was?
We had plenty. We were doing a lot with Salvation Army. We were working
Yeah.
with them.
Shout out to the Starvation Army, dude.
straight
Mhm.
up,
They're
straight
sick,
up.
dude. Love the Salvation Army, dude.
And then
Yeah.
fencing content was always from the beginning.
Yeah.
We're huge into the fence world. Like we
Yeah,
go to
big
all their
fence guys.
conventions. Big old
Yeah.
fence guys.
Dude, there's a big fence market.
huge,
Massive.
bruh.
Massive. It's
There-
like the roofing market.
Bruh.
Have you guys done a commercial like at Home Improvement where there's just a guy with the hat above the fence?
Hey, that'd be a good idea, but no, we haven't.
Oh,
Dude, I'll do the
Yeah,
I'll do the
that's a good
voiceover
idea,
for you.
Hey.
Dude, I'm good at it.
Hired.
Hired. Yeah.
Hired. Go on Fiverr though first.
Check out
So,
Fiverr.
but like, so basically, you sit down with a client and they're like, "Hey, we've got X content needs that we need done this month," and you guys basically put together. You guys sit down together and be like, "All right, these are the different contents we need to get done by the end of the month for these people."
Yeah.
We don't really like to put like a time on everything because, you know, every project's different. So it's not like you can just say, hey, you know, all these things need done and they need to be done by the end of the month. It's more so like, okay, let's figure out how we're going to go about this, how we're going to get it done, and what we could start on now, but what we also still have to plan, work,
So who's
write
doing
out,
most of your
shoot.
project management? Is that? Oh, okay.
Jake's project manager.
Especially for the one-time projects, especially like when someone comes to us and says, "Hey, I need like 5 videos by this date." So then we have to strategize and figure out, okay, well, what do we need to film first?
Yep.
We got to get all that figured out. Then
Script,
after we get all of our
storyboard.
actors, all of our people that we're going to interview, then we have to take them
Yeah.
to side. Like EPD, when we filmed for the EPD recruitment video, it was like, I mean, that was.
Did you do that out at
5
Red
months.
Brush?
Yeah.
Did you do it at Red Brush?
What's Red Brush?
The firing range out in Chandler?
Oh, yeah, we did go out there.
Oh, yeah,
we
I
I
did go
remember
out there.
hearing about a filming crew, so that was you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember
we went
hearing
out
a
there.
filming crew going out there with. They shut down the whole range for the sheriff's department or EPD or whoever to go out there.
SWAT, yeah.
Yeah, it was SWAT to go out there and like shoot the shoot house and then shoot the ranges, and you were
Yep.
shooting all that.
That's in Newburgh.
Yeah, we weren't there for 2. And that's another
We
thing is
were-
like you really have to be, you know, time management's massive with what we do. So it's like,
Yes,
you know,
huge.
especially whenever you have big projects, it's like, yeah, we would have loved to spend all 8 hours out there with
Yeah.
SWAT while they're riding around in cars and, you know, doing all this crazy stuff out in the field. But it's like, hey, we know the shots that we need. We came here for these specific shots. We just need to get these. And then the second we're done, we got to hightail it out of here because we got drone to shoot, we got bomb squad to do, we got motorcycle,
You got
all
a
this
whole
stuff to
shot list that you put together, Jake, and like the shot list,
Yeah.
the angles, the supplies needed.
And usually, so like, and that's a funny thing that you say shot list and like prepping like that, like so much pre-production where you're literally writing out shots. We don't have time for that.
No.
They call us, I call us the run and go kings. I swear
Yeah.
to God. Like we are out there. We are
I feel like that's
budget
photography
friendly.
in general. Like if you're good with a camera, you've got this gene of like pivot when shit hits
We've
the
talked
fan.
about this 100
Yes.
times. Yeah, you
Yes.
have to improvise. You have to
Oh,
be like
it's-
ready to go.
I feel like that's everything.
Yeah.
Because like obviously with the interview and we can think of a shot like, okay, well I want him to walk into the door like this and have a heroic shot. Then he looks to the left, looks at his watch, and then he does this thing and he works on the computer.
Yeah.
Sweet. We can do that. We just need the door and we need the computer and we need that room.
Yeah.
So we just got to go find it. And it's always figuring it out because we have very limited time on like everything we do. So we just are fucking rush and
Yeah.
get the shit that we know that we need
But it's
on shoot days.
you know, it's like, you know, there's a lot of different production companies out there, and like everybody has a different budget for, you know, anything. Obviously, you know, you're talking about a home improvement, you know, ad and doing all the, like that's sick, right? You know, if we wanted to make something good like that, you know,
It's
it'd probably be
very
like a
pre-planned.
$10,000 project. So it's like, who's willing to pay $10,000 for something like that? Maybe somebody who owns like a big box store and just looking for something to run on TV for a year. You know,
Yeah.
it's like that would be a good investment. But most of the people that we do things for, it's like, you know, they're worried about turnaround time. They're worried about how are we gonna get this stuff, make it look real, make it not look mass, you know, pre-produced and, you know, feel fake, but also have good energy, good vibes throughout the whole thing. So it's like we really have a focus on, you know, leading our projects with emotion and having, you know, this real deep personal feel to whatever we make. So in most cases, whenever you pre-produce the hell out of things, you're taking away all the feeling out of everything. It stops
Yeah.
being real at a certain point.
So a lot of your commercial stuff or video stuff isn't scripted.
So it depends. Like you said,
Yeah.
like everything's so different.
Everything's
like
different.
when someone wants an ad, yeah, we got to plan that shit. We got
Yeah.
to make it look good. Like of course.
Voiceover, storyboard every shot.
Yeah, storyboards, absolutely. It just depends. Most people that call us and want our help, like it's an event. So like again, we're running, going, we're slapping that thing on a gimbal and we're hitting the ground running, saying, "Hey, can you look at me right now and say this real quick?" Sure. You know, here's a document to sign so we can use your face real quick. You know, that type of shit to get it going and get it out. All the stuff that people call us that they want real good quality advertisement. It's very well
Yeah.
thought out and pre-planned.
It's a little bit different than, you know, hiring somebody like, oh, I just hired this kid to come shoot our event. It's like, well, you know, that's going to be awesome. You know, that's great for your business, you know, but it's like whenever we show up to an event or we do something, you know, it's like, we're not just going to show up and just be in the corner and shoot B-roll and then just give you a video. It's like, no, we're going to talk to people. We're going to, you know, get up in people's business and
more
you know,
visceral.
That's good.
Like
Yeah.
Exactly.
you're putting yourself, you're
Very
making
much
yourself
accurate.
a part of
Yes.
what's happening.
Yeah.
And then that's how you can really bring out the emotion of whatever you're making
Yeah.
because you're involving people.
Were you guys? I can't remember. Were they out at Granite? No, you guys didn't do Granite Over the Edge this year. No,
Over the edge.
there was some other film crew.
No, but you
out there.
guys do a really good job at hitting a lot of these up and coming businesses. I feel like are you reaching out to them, or are those up and coming businesses reaching out to you? Like
we don't
hey,
do any marketing.
really? Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. And, you know, it's like we know that Evansville budget, like there's a lot of really, really talented people in Evansville. And we know that if their budget's going to be high, they should hire these awesome people. Now, obviously, we're a great option too, but, you know, it's you either have a very high budget or you have a very low budget. And the very low budget, people can't afford us. So what we've had to do is we've had to double down on the fact that we are more than just a video production company. Is we do marketing, we do branding, we do PR, we do whole online management
social
for
medias.
businesses.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, so it's like we had to get out of Evansville to stay alive.
Mhm.
You know?
One good question. Actually, I have two questions, and you can answer them in whichever order you choose. But so one thing I want to know about is competition. So I'll just kind of like label that. What is your competition in the local area? And then secondly, kind of coattailing off what we were just talking about. Maybe you are outside of, let's say, the Thedaysgrimm podcast budget range, but we need marketing. What do you offer to a small startup local business like me that has relatively small capital? Like, what can you do for a business like me?
So it's more of a sense of, it's like we don't. This goes into the same thing of like how a business can last from 5 years or 7 years. It's like that thing right there. It's like we won't come down on our prices, but people need to understand the value of or the risk of what happens if you don't. What happens if you don't spend the extra money to make it happen, type of thing.
Yeah.
So, as far as competition goes, I also don't believe there's such thing as competition. I believe that, everybody can succeed in the same ways, especially with creators, because everybody does completely different things. Everybody has different vibes.
Video style is slightly different,
Yeah.
But I would say your competition is basically anybody with a camera.
Yeah, I mean,
around here,
the other
anyways.
production would be like Blackstrap and maybe Hitchcock Visuals, and they're both great. They're
amazing.
They like do different
I
things.
don't know
than we do,
Hitchcock.
so
I don't know Hitchcock.
He's amazing.
he's smaller, but he does really good work.
he
his
does
shit's
amazing
incredible.
work.
I know Blackstrap's killing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Blackstrap's amazing too. I feel like we really just focus on the consistency of social media management and content awareness.
Yeah.
So like our focus is our clientele's weekly publishes.
Yes.
Like that's our bread and butter.
It's like, how can we do a big production and not just stop after a 30-second ad? Like, why don't we just maximize it? Like, we're set up. We have everything in place.
So you're putting together click funnels and
Let's
everything
just,
for
let's just extend this shit. Let's talk about more things than just one thing. And, let's actually have a conversation and hit some key talking points to where we can take this shoot and produce thousands of pieces of content versus just
A
taking the
30-second
same
commercial.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
the
so you're
same
going to go
thing.
from like what you were going to make was what you agreed upon was a 30-second commercial, but now you're going to get like maybe 5 minutes worth of.
Yes.
You're taking a 5-minute video and you're breaking it down into 10 little shorts.
It's
Yeah.
what you guys do.
It's
you
what you guys
record
do.
a full podcast and then you break that shit up and post shorts and post this,
because you know that you're not going to be successful online unless you do that.
Right.
Right.
And also, that's
Unfortunately.
people have short attention spans. They're not going to watch it
No.
like a full minute ad or like.
Yeah.
If you make longer form content, your viewer retention is not going to be great.
It's very
So
specific.
you break it
very
down.
specific
Tom-
people will watch it.
Tom has a belief that everyone in the future will have autism.
Hey, I'm right there with you, bro.
I
No,
bet you
seriously.
guys
You have
can agree
to
on
in the
that.
future. You
That's
will.
what he says,
Yeah.
and he stands by
Well,
it. Every
I-
time I check him on it, I'm like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "I have autism right now."
Yeah, I feel like,
Like, okay,
trying
dude.
to
I
get
feel
it
like
more.
autism-
Looking
I
more
just feel
static
like-
TVs, I got 12 of them. I just go from static TV to static TV.
I
to
just feel like
static
autism
TV.
has always been around, and everybody has a branch of autism, and it's just now
Yeah,
being
I don't disagree.
titled and like
Well, we're just
it's being shown now.
we're
And
being put under a microscope.
Yeah,
now. We have the
now it's like
tools-
we have
the tools
definitions
and
for
the
this
and the
shit.
tech to be able to like be like, hey, this part of your brain doesn't work.
yeah. We've
What's
been around
also
for a
crazy to
minute.
think about though is if something happened, like some great reset or whatever, like a lot of the technology we use won't be it'll biodegrade. Like basically, like if a meteor were to come, nobody would ever find this podcast. Nobody would ever find any of the
Oh, yeah.
books on that
like
desk.
not
Nobody.
having physical media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything would be melted except for like what's around now that was thousands of years old. The Stonehenge, the pyramids. It'd have to be in rock.
Yeah, we got to find a way to get our
Maybe our
podcasts
plastics?
onto rocks.
On the paperwork.
I agree with this,
paperback.
and maybe
That's
some
what it sounds like
cows
to
can-
me. Is
Maybe.
that not what you guys took away from what it?
Pretty
thank
much,
you.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
etch it
I think
into
so.
tablets, like
Yeah.
the Ten
I
Commandments.
think if we take rocks and we get them as thin as a record.
Our podcast will live forever.
I believe
Buy
it.
our 40-pound vinyls.
Yeah,
No,
whenever all electricity and electronics go dead,
Yeah.
we gotta have someone.
Dude, it's always curious to me that like videographers and photographers, like when you ask about competition, I just want to slightly go back to that for a moment. Like when I asked Tom about it, he's like,
It's
yeah,
all rivals, no competition.
yeah, it's really just
it's weird for me because I hear such a dark, like a binary result, like answers. It's either like there is no competition or everyone hates you. It's like
It's both.
Yeah, I suppose.
it's a weird dance as someone who makes media that you have to walk this line of like, I don't know. Do you guys see that when you're like shooting let's say you're doing a
No, but what it boils down to is
like Fall
Jake.
Fest.
Jake, when you watch a video, you critique it in your head.
yes.
Even and the more you watch it, you find more and more errors.
Yeah, and as all creatives do.
Yeah.
But if I watch Drew's video, I can only critique it to a certain point.
If you're watching my video, you'll have quite a bit.
No,
quite a
I
few
won't,
things
dude.
to critique.
No, that's so not true. The thing is like I'm not you, and I wasn't there on that set.
You do things differently.
I do things differently. But the thing is I could learn so much from Drew. I've learned so much from Jorren. Jorren learned so much from me. I would learn so much from Tom.
Only in chess.
Yeah, definitely chess, but like as a videographer or photographer, I just feel like it's such a huge realm of art.
It's
that
like
you
autism.
This man.
Hey, no, for real. Whenever
There's a spectrum.
It's a spectrum. Yes.
Chill out with the autism stuff, dude.
whenever Jake will watch somebody else's project, he'll sit there or not even project, just somebody else's work. He's not going to sit there and say anything bad about it. He just goes like at least 40 times. He said, "Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have done that.
Maybe not.
I
Maybe
wouldn't have done it that way.
I could have tried that.
But see, it's like that cynical. It's like that. It's not cynical. It can always be better.
It's that
persona,
everything can always
it's
be
in
better.
your head.
Yeah, everything can
even when
always
you like, say you film something and then you get hit in the head with a baseball bat for a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And get autism.
Or shot with
And
a
then
book.
or shot, and
Yeah.
then you just wake up one day, you don't remember anything. But the day before, you made a film, and now post baseball bat hit, you watch said film, and you're like, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that.
And I hate
it's
my
your,
work.
and it's
Like,
your own shit.
Yeah, and I feel like every artist feels that way. Like,
Yeah,
I
100%,
hate
yes.
what I make.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely will sit there. Like, I don't ever want to. Every time I'm exporting a video, I'm just going, oh my.
It's because he's watched it a million
I
times.
watched it a million times. I'm like,
Yeah.
there could be so much things that are better. Like, I wish I could just go back in time all the time. But I think as in this realm, I've learned I can always learn from someone. I'm always trying to get in contact with somebody that's doing something different, especially when it comes to the film world. I'm not big into the film world, and I'm trying to get into it more now.
What do you do to combat that?
What do I do?
When you see your own
talk-
film and your own footage, and you're like, fuck.
Man, I hook up with people.
All the way through. What do you do when you're editing this footage? Say it's glares and corners that you just can't,
Right.
you can't cut it. You can't get it out.
Right.
It's just there now, but you see it. How do you combat that for the next video that you film?
YouTube, and then I think everything is practice with this art.
And getting constructive criticism
Yes.
from people.
Yes,
'Cause,
literally
like,
saying, how do I do this?
yeah, I hate when I make some shit and then I show it to people and they're all like, "Oh, it was great."
Yeah,
But they
with
don't-
nothing else.
It's like, how
Tell
do I?
me that I'm bad.
Yeah,
Tell me
especially
this is
especially my friends and family. They'll tell me that I made something good, and I'm like, I don't fucking believe you.
Yeah,
I think
I
you're blowing smoke right now because I want you to tell me what you liked and didn't like.
Full of shit, Mom. Full of shit.
Exactly.
Full of it.
So Jake,
Get it together, Beth.
Shout out to Beth.
when you're editing these, I find editing like 160 episodes of this podcast. There's so many little audio samples. I feel like you could take and make like a whole board.
Yes, dude.
I like because you're like listening to it over and over.
Oh,
and
like an
over
audio
again.
board.
Bro.
Yeah, but like, dude, there's so many little noises that like people make that like I rewind and I'll play it over and over. Like Brian will be on the phone. I'm like, listen to this, and I literally just click the same part over and over.
Yes, dude. And the amount of times do you ever just like you have a piece that you're editing and you're like, God, this would make such a cool video, but I'm not going to use it because it's too boring and people wouldn't understand it.
Been there.
Yeah.
And it's all the time. And
Yeah.
you'll just sit there like thinking, oh my God, this is going to hit good views or people are going to love this. And you have this also as a creator, you have this idea that you have an audience to please. You have someone to please. So it has to be perfect. And to your perfect is not their perfect.
Yeah.
So you're like killing yourself.
That's how I feel about like
Over-
these shorts for the pod. You know what I mean? It's like you got to get at least 5 for the main days of the week or whatever.
Yeah.
But then it's like if there weren't 5 funny moments, I don't want to cut 5. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah,
what am I gonna? Am I
exactly.
just gonna throw out this piece of
Trash, I guess.
like I'm looking at it for like laps on like the shorts or whatever. You know, that's the only thing I care about in the short world.
Yeah.
It's like if there weren't 5 solid.
Wait a
laps-
minute.
Whoa. Don't do that. No, I'm sorry, dude. He didn't mean that. Hey, listen, man. Tom, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm offended on Jake's behalf.
Hey, dude, you know Daddy's here for you. I got you guys, all right? All right? God damn,
Totally
dude. Have some
fine.
fucking decency.
What?
You said short world, dude. It's
Yeah,
little
dude.
world.
It's
Little
little world, bro.
Little world.
Yo, I'm
Short
like
people.
5'9".
Yeah, dude.
It's all right.
You're 5'9", aren't you? Yeah, you
I'm
fucking
5'9" too. It's
fuck you all.
Jordan is like the main part of like the business for you is just like talking to different business people, working on numbers, giving them different packages.
So,
and-
not really. Yes, but not really. You know, it's coming up. You know, it's like me and Jake work very closely together because Jake kind of controls what our team makes, and how we make it. You know, it's like we have a certain standard that we like to hit, and that standard starts with a good story. You know, if you don't have a good story, then it's throw it away. We don't need it. You know, something else. You know, so, you know, Jake, like it's very hard for somebody to be able to tell a good story. You know, and that's why I think that as far as like editors go, it's like we would never send stuff off for people in India or something to edit because like we want things to be very purposeful. And so that's why I wouldn't say that Jake is in complete control of everything that's made, but he definitely has the last review. You know, so if you were making something that doesn't make me feel something in my soul, then it's not a good piece of content. You know, it's like, you know, whenever people are like, oh, you know, can we just like push this out? And it's like, yeah, you can literally post whatever you want. And I think that at a certain point, volume is important, but volume is not important if you're putting out stuff that nobody cares about. You know, so it's like people want authenticity. They want real people. They don't really care if it's funny. They don't care if it's emotional. They don't care if they're shooting people holding an encyclopedia. Like yeah, pranksters are going to get views,
Someone
but like we need to stop chasing cloud out here because it's not real. It's not authentic. You're not being vulnerable, you know? And it's like people, ever since COVID, you know, people are just like yearning to feel some type of personal connection. And it's like, that's what we need to be making online.
maybe that's why I watch so many people getting hurt online.
Yeah, I want to make a motherfucker cry.
Yeah, dude.
I do that. Bro, I'll watch sometimes.
Did I send you that video of that guy's leg that didn't work anymore after he got hit?
The robbery thing.
Jesus.
What really fucks me up is that, and it's the dumbest thing.
I send Brian the worst content ever.
Oh, he does. He does. What fucks me up the worst is, and you can attest to this. Actually, anybody can, but it hits more home for me. But like, I'll go on YouTube, and you can film this with a fucking iPhone, like shaky in your hand, having an epileptic seizure, and I'll still fucking tear up. It's like when a soldier comes home off a plane.
I knew you were going there,
dude. I'll get trapped. You're tearing up. I'll get trapped. You're tearing up.
He's laughing.
You're tearing up.
He's laughing.
Is it tears of laughter?
No,
Because I'm serious, bro. Any one of you mofos in this bitch will cry.
Yeah.
When you see a grown man get off a goddamn airplane
And hug his kids.
No,
music playing
I'm not
in the background.
fucking done yet. When a motherfucker gets off this airplane and he just got done doing a whole bag of shit he didn't want to do for a country that fucking probably doesn't even know his last name. They don't fucking care about him.
No.
But the person holding this
Government
goddamn
don't either.
iPhone does. This person that's holding this goddamn iPhone
Hell yeah.
would sell their soul to know that person can please, for the love of Christ, fucking come home.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I get trapped in that. I'll get on YouTube and lose myself for. I'll lose a day.
I feel like
I'll lose a whole work
That
day.
tornado
Sadly-
videos are his biggest weakness.
oh yeah.
Oh, dude, bro, Tornado Hunters. You see it on Netflix?
I love
Fuck
that
yeah,
shit.
bro.
Dude, I want to do it so bad. I'm
I'll
like, dude,
go.
let's
I'll go.
start.
I'm
Yep.
not scared.
Let's
I'm
go.
not scared.
I got a mobile
down.
podcast audio set.
I am not
for a
scared,
weekend.
dude. I am so in on tornadoes, bro. I'm all in on tornadoes.
See, the thing that I cry more over for our military boys coming home is the dogs. When they come see their dogs, and the dogs are freaking out, I cry over that.
So
shit.
do you guys do at like the end of the year like a bloopers reel from like all the shoots you've done that year or
I
anything?
fucking wish. Jesus.
Man, if we had
Like-
time.
That's what I mean. Like, do you guys have like a I mean, I know you guys. A branch is like Good Friends Comedy, kind of comes off the JRL. So like, but
Oh, no, completely separate.
Well, yeah, but,
But
I'm just saying, like, it's
relation.
part of
Everyone's
the
like, don't
relation or
associate me
whatever.
with
But
that.
I just mean, like, are there?
No. I love Good Friends Comedy. I went to their show. That's why I saw him at a gay bar.
Yeah.
There was no context around that, by the way.
There wasn't. We just
said, "Hey, I saw you at
Yeah,
the gay
man.
bar the other night.
I wasn't-
Butt looked
We
good."
just
My
got
wife
left
was out of
there hanging.
town.
I wasn't there for the show. Let's just say that. You know what
I'll
I
say
mean?
that place has a weird smell upstairs versus
It smells like piss a little.
But no,
What
Jake's
were-
got.
But I was just to say,
good
were there like
friends in the
creative
culture, man.
outlets that like you guys work on like outside of JRL, where like you guys
Yeah.
can still have some fun, or like on a rainy day where you're like, oh, I can't go do fence stuff because it's raining today. Like, what spitball, have
think,
some fun,
dude. I feel like we are so used to picking up a camera and like trying to make content purposefully.
Yeah.
So like when we're chilling and having fun, we don't think about it because it's so work oriented to like pick up a camera and like let's shoot this and have a good time. I feel like we don't do that just because we're doing it constantly.
Drew, will you pull up the shot on their Instagram of them pouring milk into a coffee?
Pouring
How long
milk
did this
into a
setup
coffee.
take?
Pouring milk into
Milk into the coffee.
It might have been on the
Oh,
story.
that one.
No, there was a video of you guys, like you had the camera all set up, a bunch of reflective screens, and you just poured milk into the coffee, and then you zoomed in real close on it.
Oh, he's talking about the mirrored brewing can.
Yeah, it was just in the last like 2 weeks. I think it was on your story, maybe.
Keep scrolling. It might
Milk.
Keep going right there. Mirrored brewing.
There we go.
Is that one you're talking about?
That one.
Can you see that shit, Tom?
No, he can't see shit.
He looks
dude.
in the reflection of
Are you talking
Yeah.
about that one?
poster.
That it? That what you're talking about?
I don't think he's talking
No.
about milk. That's
This it might have been this. Well, yeah, it cuts off right.
Okay,
I don't-
hold on.
That probably
This,
took a whole day.
this video
that
looks
shit
sick.
took that shit
That took a
took
whole
a
day.
fucking.
I have a question though. This shot, how the fuck you get the can to open?
Don't ask me.
Fishing
This is-
line.
Oh my god, dude!
That's
And
what I was
and don't
Fishing
pause
line.
on it. Whatever you don't pause it because you'll fucking go. What the fuck is that? I didn't do. It's not.
I thought we were.
promise it's like it's
I think it
quick
looks great.
edit. Oh, I appreciate that.
I thought
It's
we
a
were.
quick edit.
I thought you guys
What
were.
was the date on that? 2022?
maybe
Last year?
I think
April
so.
7th, 2020.
We were trying to get Myriad to hire us. I was like, bro, I was like, what can I do? Because I love Myriad beer. Like, I would do anything for.
Dude, honestly,
Oh my
do you
God.
guys believe in ghosts?
Absolutely.
Fuck no.
I thought that was a ghost, dude. I thought you guys found a way to like corral a ghost
You're
into
paying
opening
them
a
in,
beer.
like
Fuck
ghost
no.
coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, off to the left was a Ouija board.
Yeah, I wish.
But no, like I mean, I'm sure you have fun setting up those type of shots. Although
Yeah,
it's
no,
like you want to
believe
blow your
me.
brains out in the process, but then once you get the shot, you're like,
Oh,
the
believe
shots-
me, I like this is the best job ever. Like it is the best. Like I have
The new
The
team
most fun.
photos at the very first one.
the
Oh,
new
the-
team
at
Very
photos.
top. Tippy top.
Yeah.
There we go.
But like it's the funnest thing being able to pan out your shot, get the right composition, think of the story, ask questions, create together. Like Eli, the guy over in front of the big lens, that dude
Yeah.
right there, yeah. He has a fucking amazing eye
He
for
does.
Just one?
composition.
Kid's insane.
He just
Yeah,
has
he's-
just the one
What who?
eye.
Yeah, he just has one eye.
Yeah, he's
we,
got a
we have to
glass
ask him
eye.
to close his other
Yeah.
one for it to
And
work.
then you guys know Amanda, obviously, Corey's wife.
Oh yeah, dude.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
She's such a good
Dude, she has a
fucking
weird
photographer.
toilet seat.
Does she?
Yeah,
I
he
haven't
sent me
found
He's got
picture
a
of it
boudet
today.
or something like that.
Did you like?
Yeah, they do
No,
have
that-
one.
No. I'm so glad that we brought up Amanda. Yeah, well, you go to our text message, dude. You have to see Amanda's toilet seat. So they had this weird. They had a bidet set up in there, like with through a radiator hose, and like there was a 357 Chevy outside their fucking bathroom window that would like run the bidet. You know what a bidet is?
Yeah,
to,
I
like,
know what a
clean your
bidet that
to like
shoots
clean
water
your
up your ass.
butthole.
Which is actually so smart,
Oh,
and
now
we
look at
all
this.
Americans should be
Double-click it.
doing it.
I think
Oh, wow.
this is like a kid's.
Yeah, that's a kid's
No,
attachment.
no.
It's for
How
like a
big is
toddler.
your asshole? Do you need it to be bigger?
No. Here's my
You should see my response. I was like, better target.
Here's my question,
more
dude.
challenging. You put down different like.
Yeah, it's like a sniper's paradise. My
It's
question
genius.
is like, so what is with Amanda and my brother picking these strange toilets? It's
Hey,
like
man,
they only buy homes with strange toilets.
First off,
Right, you
why
just-
was the toilet not flushed before the
Yeah,
picture was taken?
why did you take a picture with piss in it?
Dude, listen, I was watching the Dolphins, I was drinking a lot of beer, might have had a buzz.
Hey man, I just don't think you
so
get
how
it.
much-
You just
so-
don't get it.
Do you
Here's the
guys not
thing,
get
It's
it?
futuristic.
What is it though? What
I'm
is it?
in this
It's a
group chat.
children's toilet, man, so they don't fall
So I
in.
said it's either for
Oh.
kids, and then
Yeah.
I said or better target practice, or for the bidet, so that way the water stays in the bowl.
Yeah,
Dude, it's genius.
I'm in this group chat. I did not see. I had no idea what you're
I
talking
don't
about.
understand.
I am in this group chat and I don't know what's going on.
I'm not expecting my toddler to sit on my giant toilet seat, though, right? Or are you?
That's how you potty train.
I don't have
them.
children, so I don't.
You don't have that big of balls, do you? Like all that shit can fit.
They
in.
get stuck.
Sometimes they. I don't know, dude.
That's what he's afraid of. Brian,
So
don't. Hey, everybody who's watching, don't invite Brian over because he'll fucking take a picture of your toilet. Be like, "Whoa, focus on."
Yeah, it's a weird king.
He's been in there a while.
He's got 4 different angles of the toilet.
Dude, Corey.
The lighting just wasn't right on this first one.
No, Corey and I were getting ready to go buy beer during the game for this, and then he's like sitting outside the bathroom door, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" So I take a picture of it, and I come out, but my phone was on loud, so it made the shutter noise. And then I walk out, and he just looked at me puzzled, and I was like, I had to send a dick pic. Sorry.
Sorry, it's okay. Calm down.
That was all I could come up with.
Calm down.
So I would say in the last year, AI's gone up drastically. Do you guys use AI now
Oh fuck
for
yeah.
anything?
I mean, we do, but it's not like.
I'm getting a wild yes and a maybe.
And
We do.
What realm do you use AI?
Dude, ChatGPT, bro.
I
Oh,
mean,
fuck yeah.
We use
yeah,
the
for
fuck
like
out of
helping
ChatGPT.
out with emails and things like
And
that.
posts and
Cleaning
But
up
AI
code
is
for your
really
website?
nice for
Audio.
subtitles,
audio,
things like that.
Right.
But like in our edits, none of it is AI.
Right, I
Just
just didn't know
audio.
with like storyboarding and
No.
stuff like that. If
No.
you were
No,
like,
no,
no.
But audio is huge.
Yeah.
Audio is huge for AI for me. Like so with DaVinci's noise reduction and dialogue leveler.
Oh yeah.
I'm more of the dialogue leveler. I don't know if and beta of Adobe.
Yeah, beta has the dialogue leveler,
Yeah.
and then
It's pretty.
Premiere
It's amazing.
has a feature where you can just it'll like scan it and put captions on.
Yeah.
It's hit or miss.
It's you
sometimes
still have to fuck with it.
Yeah,
It's,
you-
you
but
still
you
have
have-
to fuck
yeah.
with it. You still
Yeah.
got to change some things. But yeah, I mean, as the editor,
Photography
use
has
it.
a lot of really great AI tools.
oh
Like,
yeah,
really?
Oh
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
man.
the- oh
my God.
yeah.
What are
Instant
generative
sky
fill?
replacements. You
Are
know,
these like-
instant
I remember when
masks.
sky replacement was first coming
I
out, man. I was
fucking-
eating that shit.
Yeah,
up.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
a sky
Video with a-
replacement or like a select subject.
Oh yeah,
It's great.
instant.
it's instant. And then
But
also
It doesn't do the work for you.
Yeah,
you still got to do shit.
I fucking
Takes out some of the headache.
I can get on board with that. I don't like the stupid AI art that people post, and it's like that's
so annoying.
first of all, it's all stolen.
Yeah.
Second, it looks dumb as shit.
Dude, I saw one
That
the
does
other.
not look real.
I saw one the other day. What if every country was a mafia member, and it was fucking tight.
Dude,
And it
there's
was
some great
fucking
shit.
tight, dude. Like
It's-
Japan had like some 1940s hats on and like bowls of rice, but they were like smoking
Have you
cigars.
listened to any of the Joe Rogan AI experience?
Oh, have you guys heard of that?
No.
Uh-uh.
These guys took Rogan has thousands of hours of his voice on there. So they take like Joe Rogan and they're all based on him. And then they take like somebody he's never interviewed, like
Donald Trump was one.
Yeah, Donald Trump was one. Joe Rogan was another. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And they take them and then they just
Yep.
boom.
Say,
and
make them
that
say whatever they want.
conversation is AI generated.
It creates
and it's
their
AI,
voice.
their voice.
Yep.
Does he own it?
No.
Mm-mm.
I'm sure they're getting shut down. real
Yeah, I was
soon.
I'm
like,
sure,
what's
I'm
that?
sure.
I know.
Yeah, that's
probably
one thing that's wild with
iffy.
it is like deep fakes. You can make it look like
anything.
anyone said anything or
Yeah.
did anything.
Well, it's just like when we went to that
That's-
SAG-AFTRA meeting. Remember, Drew?
Yeah,
It's like it's
and
a
she was
problem.
talking about at Disney World. I think there's like this Star Wars experience, and you go in and they scan your face and your body,
your voice.
Fuck
and they
yeah.
put you in Star Wars basically. But that's owned by Disney.
Shout
Yeah.
out Padme.
So
I'm
basically,
coming for
what
you.
they're gonna do is like take these people's appearance and put them as like background extras in movies and not pay them.
Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah.
That's hot. That's a
Yeah,
hot
that's
take.
hot. It's hot because it's actually having, and Netflix is doing it too.
That's a
Yeah,
hot.
Yeah,
it's-
they started
it's-
doing it big during the writers' strike and
Yeah.
stuff. They were like, "Well, fine, we'll
That's what
do
they were
these."
fighting for.
That's
man.
a hot take, dude. You
Yeah.
sign your likeness
Mhm.
when you get this scan made.
Would you do it, Brian? I feel like Brian would be the guy that'd be like,
Dude,
fuck yeah, take my voice. What are you
going
gonna put? What are you going
with fucking Asperger's?
What are you gonna put that on? You're gonna be on the next Meg.
billboard, bro. Dude, it's fucking silly. I would 100% sign
And I
that.
don't think AI
Oh,
would
yeah.
get
What
your
are-
beard right
you
there.
What do
should.
you think some are some
100%.
game changers though for you guys that like in these last 5 years, like that like piece of equipment or something like both of you can answer this too that like changed the game for you that like autopod, you know what I mean? That changed the game for us. So that way, you know what I mean? Like boom, it goes through and makes these. I can focus on the shorts. I can focus on the on screen. You know, I gained hours back of my time to turn around and benefit the show. But like, was there anything like autopod or like, you know, I know a gimbal is a game changer too, right? When you get it, but
DaVinci was a huge game changer.
And that was a really big, really hard turn for us to make.
I
was all about it, and obviously everybody else is like, dude, no.
I feel like the color grading alone in DaVinci
that's what it is
worth it.
That's what it is. It's the color grade. It's not the editor. You can.
I don't particularly like DaVinci's like timeline editing, but the color grading is phenomenal.
So do you color grade in DaVinci and then export to Premiere?
That's like
I would.
Yeah, that's
if you have the time to.
Yeah, if I have time, I can do it in Premiere. It's just.
Yeah. Are you guys editing a lot on Mac, or are you guys built PCs?
Entirely PCs.
Yeah.
Really? How much of a pain in the ass is that? I feel like
huge.
It's not.
I feel like Premiere.
No, it's not. So now, I feel like if you were to use Mac, it's not just as simple as like, oh, we'll just upgrade the graphics card. It's like, no, now we have to buy a new $3,000 computer.
Yeah.
With us, it's like, hey, our CPUs are fine. We have 64 gigabytes of RAM in every single computer.
Yeah.
Let's just throw a new graphics card in it.
That 64 gigabytes of RAM is a game changer. I don't care what anybody says. People are like, you don't need 64 gigabytes of RAM. Bitch, yes, I do.
Yes,
but bro, the M1 is so disgusting.
Yeah, so is 64 gigabytes
But listen,
of RAM.
the M1's going to be disgusting until all these softwares come up with a new update, and that's exactly what it is. It's the graphics people are in bed with the software people, and the second the software people are like, oh, you got to get this update. Well, now your 4K footage that used to work fine on your computer doesn't work at all, and you have to upgrade computers because that's why a lot of people will use old versions of editing because the old versions actually work.
Yeah, fuck you, Premiere, for going to a subscription.
And honestly, that's why we only use a Macintosh for like intro show. Everything else we do post production on is PC.
And bro, I know so many YouTubers, like so many videography YouTubers that are Mac.
Oh yeah,
Mac only.
Which
and it makes sense.
I get for everything else, but for video editing.
I mean, if you're editing on the go, it would make sense for a MacBook Pro and everything like that. But when you're coming into these massive files of an hour and a half of 4K footage, you can't just dump all that on a Mac, especially when you're doing it every week and you're going to have a little bit of lap over.
You have an external.
Your external still bogs it down.
Yeah, it still bottlenecks it.
I think that the desktop M1 is leaps and bounds ahead of any other desktop that's not pieced together.
I eat, breathe, and Apple. That's what I'm saying. Still will edit on a PC.
I mean, I don't have a PC to edit on, but I have a desktop Mac.
I think we edit
it's old
out, by the way. I think is getting edited out.
No, Apple loves it.
Keep it. Apple does not love. Yeah. What I'm getting at is that like if you're the desktop Apple M1 is if you're a solo person who's doing like a one-man show all by yourself, podcast, YouTube channel, whatever, that is the perfect machine for you. Get some AI in there, like these guys are talking about. If you're very simple, rudimentary editing, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
Only if you're using Final Cut.
Okay, and I'm on board with that. I'm on board. Don't go external with Premiere or DaVinci or whatever. But yeah,
DaVinci might do a good job.
Yeah, DaVinci's free. Try it out.
But it is the creator's paradise. Apple gives you everything you need with that machine, and it is up to date and shoots 4K, 8K. It does.
The interface is better. Interface is key.
Interface is clean.
It is. It's clean.
There's an update every 15 days.
You won't have as many viruses. PCs.
You got to shut down your computer and restart it every 15 days. It's great. We love it. So,
speaking of interfaces, you guys are mainly only Sony, right?
Yes.
Only now,
Amanda uses Nikon.
Like, we would love to get out of the Sony. It's just like Sony does a great job with their
It's a video where you can plug in the fake battery and record longer.
Yep. Dummy batteries.
I need to get a fucking
love that
external battery so bad.
Bro, yeah. Because I love Blackmagic.
I have a Blackmagic.
Blackmagic's great.
I love Blackmagic.
Sucks up your battery so fast.
Oh my god, especially that Pocket 4K. Yeah, dude, you just need to get external. But it's a cinema camera.
Brian heard Blackmagic and he's just thinking New Orleans voodoo.
I had a bad experience in Longview, Texas, which if you're not familiar, we actually interviewed somebody that had been to Longview, Texas once. And I met a lady at a gas station who claimed to be a woman of, or I don't think they're witches, whatever a woman of voodoo is called.
Yeah.
Very hexy.
Drew, can you find that out for us?
What is woman of voodoo?
A woman of voodoo.
I think it's a witch, but I don't.
It sounds about right.
A Wiccan? No. It's not
No,
a Wiccan.
but either way,
Wiccan
I meet this lady at a gas station, and she just put a bad taste in my mouth for the entire state of Louisiana. And for those who don't know, Longview, Texas, is right on the border of Louisiana. She was a manbo. She was a manbo.
Is a priestess.
That's the Haitian voodoo religion.
Okay.
So
I like it.
Okay.
She's very, very hexy, very. Ooh, what you doing? Very her. I can't even try to imitate her accent.
Yeah, that could get offensive.
They're only vowels.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just saying whatever voodoo shit they got going on in Louisiana, I'm out. The whole state. I'm done with the Cajun voodoo stuff. I'm out on it.
Bro, I loved it.
No, it ruined the whole state for me. I almost drove north to avoid Louisiana.
Dude,
but I had to go through.
What would
there.
you switch up though, equipment wise? You think, like you said, you might like to get away from Sony.
Man, like I just think Sony has great stepping stones, you know, from the A7s to the FX3s to FX6s, FX9s. You know, it's great stepping stones. Obviously, you know, we'd love to get, you know, I think Canon does a great job with their cinema cameras, and their cameras are phenomenal. The only problem is, like, they limit their capabilities. It's definitely not as capable as a Sony camera, but I think their sensors are better.
Canon is what the NFL is using.
I think
Maybe.
so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Canon is what represents the NFL. All their cameras
I wouldn't doubt
Canon.
that. I feel like that's right.
I'm pretty sure because they're like
100%,
cinematographic cameras, and I think
the image that comes out of a Canon automatically is just amazing. There's such little.
You don't have to do as much
color
post.
grading. No,
Yeah.
not at all. The things that come out of it.
I used to not really color grade much at all until I started using a Blackmagic, and then you have to.
Yep. Because then you're a cinematographer. Because as soon as you get a Blackmagic, you're like,
you have
you're
footage
cinema,
that
right?
actually looks good. And
will you click?
but the thing, Canon has the ability to have great footage. I was just using
an old
yes T5i.
Fuck yeah, dude! I had the T7i, and like that was
still
one of my
what I
first
use
ones.
for photography. I needed a camera so bad.
And
Will
on
you
that
click
Fuji love.
click the first question, Drew? Down. That one.
We got a Fuji motherfucker.
And I want to know.
Check Fuji water, Fuji cameras.
Shut the hell up.
It doesn't say what
Shut up,
GPs
give me
they
Fuji
use.
water.
It's unfortunate.
Hey, I will say, Fuji has some of the most classic, iconic coloring systems
Dude, the
ever.
colors on Fuji are
Ever.
I'm getting chubbed
good.
up.
Fuji is
Are you
phenomenal.
looking? He's chubbed up. That's what he said.
Anytime, bro.
Speaking of Thomas's,
Yes.
Brian likes it.
I'm
big
curious
fan.
what the analytics will look like for this Halloween episode, because Thomas was in a diaper.
Dude, the first time I ever filmed anything for Brian, I took a piss outside and he leaned over my shoulder and he was like, "Good."
I wonder if there'll be parts that people go back and rewatch a bunch, or people watch longer because
Just to see if my nuts hanging out the side.
Well, and no, Drew, that's actually a good comment to bring up. I can't wait for you guys to see that episode. By the way.
Me too.
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I didn't leave the start in where I started the camera and walked away, and it's just my ass in a diaper.
Wait, you weren't wearing pants, right? It was
no, just diaper.
Fuck
Just
yeah,
diapy, dude. Just all diapy.
I would have cradled you.
Thanks,
dude. No,
Give me a
but
bottle.
you do have an impressive. Though it's just very nice looking.
I appreciate.
Is it
that.
longer or girthier?
I mean, well, it's like a good combo.
Good.
Yeah, it's a good combo. Okay. So, anyways, away from Tom's.
No, but
thanks a lot, Drew.
Was there anything? I mean, so you mentioned earlier, Jake. If there's ever something that you're like, oh, this in the corner, I need to make a tweak. You go to YouTube University and you learn everything there.
100%.
But are there some big game changers that you guys picked up on? Jorren, for you, scheduling, was calendar? Was that Calendly?
Oh, man. We use Motion app.
Calendly.
Yeah, dude.
Motion app.
Motion.
What is
amazing.
that?
Was a game changer.
It's
for you?
amazing.
Hey, that's another AI thing that
So
we use.
yeah, it is another AI tool. So it's the only scheduling time management tool that actually uses AI to prioritize tasks. So you just like say somebody comes to you and just like says, hey, I need this and this and this and this. Well, you just add task, type it in, and then enter your priorities. Like this has to be done by this time, and the priority is high, ASAP, medium, low, and it'll automatically schedule it around your meetings, around your events, around your bookings, around everything, just so you're getting your things done. Mm-hmm. So, man, it's been a game changer.
I love that. Awesome. What's it called?
Motion.
We
got
got
that for you, Jake.
Yeah.
Anything that saved you minutes on the day?
Minutes on the day, besides DaVinci and everything, but honestly, I gotta say, at JRL, the things that save me is just asking these guys. Like, if Eli and Luke sit with me in the same room, and if I always, what we say, a huge saying in our class is, hey, I need your eye. I need a second eye. I need a second beat. I need a second vibe. Just from somebody, am I doing something stupid?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys editing in the same area?
Yeah. And then a lot of times, like, if I'm super stumped, man, if I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I don't know what he's saying. I don't get this story. I go to Jorren, and Jorren's like, oh, that's great. Let's just do that and take that, put that over there and put that together. Then boom, we got it.
You guys are using mainly DaVinci?
Yeah, we're full
DaVinci
DaVinci. We still have to use Premiere.
Everybody is experienced in both.
Yes.
Well, I was just gonna say, like with Premiere, you have Teams projects. So like I can work on something, and as long as Brian has all the original files, I can send it to him, and he can pull it up. Does DaVinci have something?
DaVinci has an
Adobe's
even
garbage.
better. Yeah, oh my god, DaVinci's compatibility is 10.
Oh man,
times
you don't have
better,
to search for all these individual project files. It gives you a project server, and you just have all of your client folders, and then you open those
to your NAS,
and it's all open. Yeah,
that sounds fantastic.
It's so
is your
much
NAS on SSDs or HHDs?
HHDs, but it's a NAS server, so it's on like SSD cache, and it's all really fast. It's Ethernet.
This is above my head.
That last part kind of lost me.
SSDs are solid state drives. HHDs are hard state drive. But it's like SSDs are less likely to corrupt, where your hard state drive can corrupt.
Yeah.
I got something corrupt for you.
Get your head out of the fucking gutter, Brian.
This is not related to what you were just discussing at all, but
awesome.
Jake said the word vibe, and it reminded me. Jorren, has anyone ever told you that you have kind of like a Michael Cera vibe?
Oh, dude, I love Michael Cera, bro.
Never been said. Drew.
I love Michael Cera.
Dude, I fuck with Michael Cera so fucking hard, bro.
I love Michael Cera.
You know he's such a dick in person.
Did you see the
not like visually,
movie?
but like
I love
his
that
voice.
movie.
Like sometimes he gets kind of quiet and like has that like kind of tempo that Michael Cera has.
Never been said.
I know. I stand by that.
Yeah, at work, I am probably the biggest energy in the room at all times.
Dude, his positivity. Fuck, man. It's like
too
I'm
much.
having. I'm
It's too
always.
much.
It's not that it's
too much.
it's-
I'm one of those
but
guys.
He's just having a good.
It's like,
and I
tell
know-
me about your awful day. I'm gonna
like,
shine a light on it.
He's seeing all the numbers and like the things that what business is wrong, and like he's dealing with a whole bunch of stress, and he comes in, he's still
it's
happy,
not
chipper.
stressful, bro.
Sure, okay. I'd be stressed as fuck if I was in his shoes every day, and I'm over here just like banging my head because the render isn't done yet, and nothing will play, and I got this stupid plug-in that's not working.
Yeah.
And for 3 hours straight, I'm just shutting
Waiting
it
20
down.
minutes for it to try and export.
The other day,
Dude, do I pull out my Game Boy and like...
Literally, dude.
That's what I've been doing lately.
That's where most of the time goes. Is just waiting, waiting for shit to export.
You think I'm kidding, and I'm not. I'm rendering a project, and it's going to take 20 minutes. I'm pulling out my old Game Boy and playing like Pokemon Red.
Yeah, but at least
If you go look at the Thedaysgrimm YouTube, Pokemon's in the search like 5 times. I'm like, where the fuck do I go? I don't even remember this game.
the other day I went downstairs to edit some stuff, and I was sitting there. It was pretty much like I edit after hours and whatnot, but I was sitting there and I look over at Jake and I was like, I think Eli was there too, and I was like, listen, if this is all I had to do all day, this is amazing.
It really is.
Like,
It's
it's
a good day.
one thing.
Yeah,
you
I
I
know?
like your positive. You're the kind of guy that I feel like you'd run into somebody and you'd be like, "Hey, how are you doing, man?" They'd be like, "Yeah, my dad just died of cancer," and they were like,
Oh, man.
"You'd be like, your mom alive?"
Look at that.
That's the kind of guy I feel like you are. You're like just obscenely positive. Like
Oh,
fucking
man.
chill out, dude. Do you still have a sibling? You know?
Hey man, I see that you got all your fingers. Fingers are dope.
Dude,
No, it's true.
I saw you walk in here. you're not a
You guys
paraplegic.
having
Yeah.
a good
You know what I
day?
mean?
I'm
But,
seeing a
like-
lot of ups with you walking in.
But I will say to anybody listening or watching, if you're thinking of starting a business like this,
No, I'm joking.
don't. But have a fucking positive
Yeah.
attitude.
Yeah.
Because if
Have a
you
joy.
don't, because like all of us guys, dude, we get bummed, we get burnt. I get burnt. I get burnt.
And that's
the
why it's
fuck
so
out.
important for them to do their own stuff too.
Yes, and that's why it's so important to have.
It's
an
so
outlet.
important for Jake to have his films, and it's
Yes.
so important for Eli to do his comedy, and for Jake to do his comedy.
Absolutely.
I didn't even know that Eli was doing comedy.
Yeah, he does.
I haven't talked to him in a minute.
Yeah, he has his own show called Swish Fam. Shout
Swish
out.
Fam.
Swish Fam on
Oh,
109 Media.
Um,
Shh,
speaking
I
of
dude.
your films, you're working on one now.
Yes.
And if you want to talk about that, that would be sick.
Yeah, I'm starting to film my short film that I've been writing for about a whole year, almost damn near 2 now. It's an analogy from a perspective of an inanimate object.
I like that.
So I'm very, very hyped, and hopefully it will be filmed by the end of November. It's called If Possible, and hopefully will be out by March, hopefully, or something. But yeah, I'm super excited. Drew helped me with the concept art of the intro / commercial.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, so Jorren's JRL Jorren is producing it.
Did you get a Ouija board for the inanimate object?
I wish. Yeah, I can't say what it is because it'll ruin.
Yeah, I
everything.
know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know,
It'll
and I
ruin-
don't want to throw it out there.
Yeah, it'll ruin everything.
So, Jordan, do you have any projects on the side that you're working on, or is it all
No, I'm a
JRL?
dad, you know. So.
I'm just working on this living organism, you know. Got it for the next 17 to 18.
his side project
Yeah.
is he lives, breathes. And
Well, do you got
That's
any
the shit.
advice for anybody out there wanting to get into business, to start a business, or anything like that?
So service-based businesses are great. You know, obviously, if you have a product, it's hard to sell a product or market. Hey, I would love another. Oh my guy
God.
grabbing me.
Get it, Brian.
Stand by.
Brian on it. Brian on it. Get it, Brian.
That's a challenge, dude.
Thank you, sir.
I have to pee
Thank you,
so
sir.
bad. I just want you to know.
Are we gonna pull a Joe Rogan to like break for 2 seconds?
He's
Hey,
been doing
guys.
that so much lately. I'm like, dude,
No,
quit
dude.
getting an IV right before podcast.
Dude, no, I got a bladder of fucking steel, dude. As you were saying. So, do you do side projects? I mean, or what was your, hold on, what was it? Oh, advice. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Advice for someone getting into business. Or
service based.
Yeah.
Life's about relationships, man. You know, it's the same thing as like content. You try and make content that's good. Just make sure that people can relate to it. Make sure that they can build a relationship while watching the content. You know, so it's the same thing with service-based industries. Is, you know, people want to work with people they know. People want to work with people they trust. You know, they want to work with people that they can feel comfortable in front of. And if anybody's ever been in like a video production setting, like, it's super nerve-wracking for somebody to just walk in front of all those lights and then just kind of put themselves out there.
Yeah, just
Hope
go.
people freeze
Well,
out.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor, just be you.
We mentioned-
Exactly.
We
Yeah.
mentioned comedy. It's way easier to sit around here and joke than it would be to go up on stage and do the exact same jokes.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, it's really important that you have like a really solid team that's going to make people feel, just ignore the cameras, ignore the lights, you know. I'm going to make you feel down to earth and feel like this is a comfortable space for you to be yourself. Because if we don't get you to being yourself, this content's not going to be received very well.
You know, you can tell that the person's awkward or uncomfortable or whatever. That's why we provide a free beverage, you know?
Yeah.
That's what the bourbon's for.
Hey, I'm out.
No,
Well,
you need
Said,
another
I'm
one, brother?
all out of comedy.
You need one, dude.
So, yeah, life's about relationships. Build good relationships. You know, be a man of your word.
Jake, what about you for camera? What do you got any advice for somebody that's wanting to pick up a good old hearty camera device?
bruh, if you love it, you'll stick with it. And
Yes.
I think the best thing to do, like, so for me, I'm a Capricorn, so like,
Hey, bro, I'm a Capricorn too. My God.
So
God,
like,
that's so dumb.
money. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's so dumb.
But
We
I'm
went straight to
saying.
astrology. You're just like,
saying.
well,
So my zodiac.
Okay, listen, everybody.
Actually,
Like,
astrology was founded by the Egyptians and not the Greeks.
I
thank you,
swear, I
Tom.
thought
Thank
you
you, Tom.
People get it wrong all the time, but
Hey, thank you, sir.
scholars
So,
are
like,
debating on it, but I just
the
settled
thing-
it.
But anyways, like I was saying, that's what the bourbon's for. No, I'm joking.
But see, I'm very concerned about money. Money was a huge part of it
As
because
is
you need
everybody,
money
yeah.
to like fucking buy new lenses. Shit is expensive.
Yeah.
So like weddings is huge. Fucking ask a friend, be like, hey, if you're just starting out, you got a camera, because I mean that obviously that's first, or find somebody to let you use their camera,
Yeah.
just to
Don't lose their
practice with.
equipment.
Fuck yeah, and also fucking get insurance on that shit.
Yeah, no
That's
shit.
for fucking sure. But I would never let anybody
This
rent my
fucking
shit, honestly. But then, yeah, do weddings, music videos, ask a buddy, and just do it. Just like fucking film something. Film
Nike.
yourself. Don't be afraid to get in front
Yeah,
of
and
the
it's being
camera.
that
it's
second
gonna
hand.
suck at first.
It's gonna suck
Being that
so
second
bad.
hand at a wedding, like, you know, like if I take somebody with me to film a wedding
Yeah.
and they've never filmed
Yeah.
one before, they learn my game
So
plan for a
much.
wedding. I've filmed so many weddings. I already have a game plan. I
Yeah,
already have
exactly.
a format. I already know what I'm doing, and you can come along and you can basically, with one shooting of that wedding, you already have my entire playbook
Yeah.
on how I film that wedding.
And you take it, you resuscitate it, and you fucking use it
Recipe.
again. That's the same. I didn't fucking touch color until I met him. And it's like base 101 of what you should be able to know. And I was like, nah, I'm like, whatever comes out of the camera, fuck with white balance.
Yeah,
And he was like, no, check this out.
with Canon.
and I was like,
it looks okay.
Yeah, I was used to using Canon. I never touched Sony shit. And then, you know, it's meet someone, fucking message people. Be like, hey,
Yeah,
can I
100%.
come follow you around?
100%.
Can I work with you for one day just absolutely free, and I'll help you do whatever you can?
Yeah.
And I feel like people like Drew's a fucking king at like doing that shit. He'll go out there and be like, what do you need? Let me learn something.
Yeah, he goes out of his
Yeah,
way.
it's fucking going
That's
out and doing
basically what I
something.
try to do. I mean, most of the time I like try to get paid, but at the level I'm at, I'll do stuff for free. I will go PA and go basically be your bitch on set
Yeah,
for a
because
day.
but like to make a film, to be a part of a film, it takes a team. And like, you know, especially
does.
down around Evansville, you got to sacrifice a lot to be able to be a part of something,
Right.
because it's hard to get in on stuff.
One thing we do like to always focus on. We talked a little bit about it in the beginning of the show. So like the day to his grim, the light to his dark, so on and so
Yes.
forth. The adversity. Everyone sees it in their life throughout everything that we do, what big, small, whatever. But adversity is kind of one thing that the show like revolves around. And we always like to ask near the end of the interview, like during this, and you guys can answer individually, but like Jorren, starting, I guess, what was one big adversity that you ran into during creating JRL? And then I'm less concerned with what the thing was that adversity was, but more so concerned with what was it that kept you going, kept your foot on the gas to keep this business running 5 years later. And then we'll get to Jake.
So, you know, it's like right whenever I first started, you know, I knew that where I wanted to go was going to take a team to do it. And I knew that, you know, I've kind of always done this. And, you know, since the beginning of JRL, it's, you know, the second I had any money in my pocket, I gave it away, you know, in order to build a team, build relationships. So, you know, that's kind of like how our growth happened in the way that it did, is because I never pocketed any money, because anytime we ever had any extra money, I was like, let's add somebody to the team. Let's get somebody new on here.
Camera.
Well, I think that's
buy
also
a new
shows
camera.
like, I mean, you have like that picture that was just pulled up on screen of your whole team. You know what I mean? Like, it takes a team to put together these nice productions that you're putting together.
Yeah.
It really does.
And
What was
so,
the adversity?
so, you know, obviously that can have a lot of bottlenecks, but, you know, it's, if it were going to still be me and Jake here today, I can almost guarantee you that Jake probably wouldn't be here. Jake wouldn't be here, or none of these people would be here without the team that we have. You know,
Just
so
get too burnt out, or
exactly. It's like you've got all these different obstacles and writer's block, and then, you know, I can't be there all the time, and, you know, so you need this community of people to continue to push people and continue to want to try new things and elevate what they're doing. Because if we just keep going down the same mundane path every day, it's like it's not going to last long. You know, that's going to be super temporary. So, you know, as far as the bottlenecks that we face is like, yeah, we didn't have any money, but we we were very rich in our passion and, you know, the bond that we had as a team. So that was really important to us. And, you know, that's kind of, as we developed and, you know, like everybody got better, you know, we weren't hiring experts right off the back. So we were paying a lot of money to train people. And it takes us, what, 1.5 2 years to train people? So, you know, you're paying all this money to train people, but it's a lot more than just training people. It's like you're paying a lot of money for somebody to be a part of the team and make them feel comfortable, and, you know, so
be able to express their creative 2 cents in the process.
Yeah, that was really important for us. Was spending a lot of money making sure that you know, we had a solid team and a solid foundation to really elevate things.
So it was like almost the in the beginning, the lack of capital was your adversity, but then also what kept you going was like the family vibe and, like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, I got you.
What about for you, Jake?
And then what about for you, Jake? So during this entire JRL journey of, like, coming onto the team, like, did you ever have a dark moment? And again, we care less about the dark moment, what it was, like my dog died of AIDS or whatever, but more about, like, what was it that drove you through this moment where you were like, I want to quit JRL or something, or I want to quit photography in general? Or
he wants to quit JRL every day.
Every fucking day, dude. Like, what the hell is going on? No, I think the thing that brought me through was the Thedaysgrimm podcast.
All right, guys, that's a wrap.
Slide that in there.
Thrilling episode of the day. No,
well, I think the worst part was, I feel like it's always financials, and Jorren has literally saved my ass. I can't tell you how many times he saved my ass. I didn't have a license for fucking 3 years, and wherever I needed to go, what you need? Oh, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. You need a ride home? Like I said, that positivity of, I will do whatever the fuck you need to be able to have an okay life and do your passion and work how you want to work. That's why I think if you start a business like this, be that type of guy. Be for your people, and you will have a good culture in your work environment. And
it's the team, man.
It is the team.
It's a team sport.
Yeah, and I feel like it was always financials that I was going through hard times, especially like, I think, was it last 2 Christmases ago, or it's always fucking around Christmas time. Christmas time's hard, dude. Mm-hmm. December's a bitch.
Yeah.
And I think what pulled me through was always just having people, like having the JRL. I can always figure it out. Jorren will always
don't go through anything alone.
Yeah. Like, oh, do you need to make more money? Well, why don't you take the gear this weekend and go film a fucking wedding? Why don't you go? Hey, I got a job for you. I'll pay you double. Just go do it, and he'll sacrifice his money and his time so you can have a better life right now. So I think JRL gave us the capability to do that. Like, we have the equipment to make your shot a little bit better than what you're actually able to create it. But, like, that's what I love. So the love of my passion, being able to do it every day, has really just always pushed me. It's like, yes, it gets mundane, you get burnt out, but, like, at the start,
when you got
and end of the
people
day,
around you that's also getting burnt out,
yeah,
it's
like,
kind of fun.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, let's fucking.
Like, how do we make this different?
How do we, like, enjoy it again? Well, we go create. Let's get creative with it, and let's have fun, and then we start having fun. So it always turns out to be us. Always pushes.
What's
us
the next big, like, upgrade thing you're trying to, like?
We're getting a plane.
He always talks about that shit. We gotta put our fucking.
Hey, Donald Trump, settle down, dude.
No, listen. So, like I said, most of our clients are not in Evansville. We had to get out of Evansville to stay afloat. So the fact, if we had a small plane
That you could fly.
that
Oh my
we could
God.
fly, we could go to a shoot in Florida
Okay.
and be back before dinner.
Investments.
Okay.
Rather than spending 3 days in hotel rooms and all this stuff,
Yeah,
just
dude,
getting
fuck Highway 41, dude.
You know what I'm
Trash,
saying?
dude. Trash.
Not even
dude.
that. Fuck
I've-
Atlanta or Birmingham traffic on the way to Florida.
I feel like our next investment is probably more editors. Like, we would love to bring more people on,
Yep.
and obviously
It
gear.
always is team.
Oh yeah, it
Team,
always
man.
is.
Grow a team.
Yeah, we're always thinking of that.
We want to get a space.
So how do people find you? Let's say I'm an editor. How do I even reach out and be like, hey, I'm an editor?
You DM Jake.
yeah.
How-
Jake at JRLLocal.com. You can also hit us up.
Say that again. What was your hand?
Jake at JRLLocal.com. You can hit me
You
up.
hit us up on Instagram,
on
Facebook.
JRL Local.
We have a contact form on our website.
Yeah, I mean, hypothetically,
Drew said, listen, I think I might be mad interested.
we want Drew.
Yeah.
Hey,
We've talked about
I
it.
want you too, baby.
Hey, baby.
Hey, you guys back the fuck up, dude. Back the fuck up,
Drew,
dude.
How much you cost to be here?
Hey,
right now?
fucking chill out, you guys.
Hey, we can talk stuff after the podcast, guys.
No, man.
I want you to fight over me.
Dude, I'll fight topless. I don't care.
Drew, we
Dude.
validate the shit out of you, bro.
No, so we like to give you guys the last couple minutes for the show for like we were just doing like the plugs.
Where can people book you to get video? Where
Find
can
you,
people find
upcoming
you?
events, stuff like that. So the last couple minutes, kind of all your shout outs to people that have helped you get to here and that keep you going forward, stuff like that. So between the two of you, I mean, like, yeah, the last couple minutes is all you.
Big shout out to Jake Clark, the original. He's a homie. He's a real one. Shout out to all of our clients. Absolutely all of our clients. They help to get us here. They continue to work with us every single day. And that's really awesome that we get to produce for all these awesome people. Life's about relationships, and healthy relationships are important. Thank you to you guys. Jake, I know you got a bunch of people. Oh,
Yeah.
my family, my daughter.
Yeah, Coulter.
Yeah, Coulter,
And mom. Yeah.
dad, all those people. Brothers.
Yeah.
Where can people get a hold of you guys at?
Oh, JRLLocal.com.
Yeah, DM us. Instagram, JRL Local. You can find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, JRL Local, JRLLocal.com. You can email us at info@jrllocal.com, or you can email Jake at jrllocal.com. Jake, you got a bunch of people you want to thank?
Yeah.
Bree?
Shit. Yeah, thank Bree, my fiance. She saves my
She's
ass
sick,
as well.
dude.
She would drive me as well
Yeah.
all the time.
Fuck yeah, we love
she
Bree.
without her, God, nothing would be
There's
happening.
Oh, our
Jordan,
team,
Uber,
bro.
and
We
Bree.
didn't thank
That's what I'm saying.
Eli and
Eli,
Jake and
Luke.
Amanda and Luke and Megan
Yeah,
and
dude. Amanda,
all our
Eli,
people.
Luke,
Ethan.
yeah. Ethan, bro.
All our people, man.
Shout out to Ethan, our graphic person. He saves. He was IT for us, like whenever we had a problem. So Ethan, huge shout out to him. Yeah, all of our clients. Sorry, I missed the.
No, you're right.
Shout out to the people.
And then where can people get a hold of you at?
Yes, JRLLocal.com.
And
Jake
then
at JRL Local.
Jake at JRL Local.
Yes, you can message us. We do video productions. We do consistent content
Creation.
and
PR, online marketing.
Yes, online marketing,
Branding, strategy.
We will make your shit look so good and be consistent. The two things that you can control on the internet is your consistency and your community involvement, and we will help you with that. Bottom line.
Jake, so are you doing any type of crowdfunding or anything for the film that you're working on?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, I will.
If you have a GoFundMe,
Yes,
bro.
I haven't made it yet.
Yeah, put that out there.
Yeah,
Get
I'll
it-
follow your Instagram.
Get it done before this episode comes out.
Before this episode.
Yeah, dude. It will be for 47 Cents Productions. You can go check it out on there. That's where I will be having the advertisement. What do you call it? Yeah, the ad for it, basically, and the GoFundMe.
And if
will
you
be
get the
on there.
link ready, we'll throw it in the
Bet.
description
Oh,
for
thank you.
in
Yeah.
the next week or two.
Hopefully, it should be done this this week.
Tighten
I know,
up,
dude.
Tighten
I'm
up.
awful.
Fucking
trying to figure shit
procrastinator.
out.
No, it's
Making
okay.
a film is huge. Like I'm discovering making a film is a lot.
Oh, that's stressful.
It's
I don't
so
want to deal with
stressful,
that.
man. It's so stressful.
Dude, honestly, you guys have crushed it. Two of the nicest fellas in the tri-state. Seriously, thank you so much. You guys could have done anything for the last 2 hours, but you stopped in and hung out with the Thedaysgrimm on a Sunday night.
Thank you.
You know
it
what
was
I'm saying?
amazing. I love
The
the
Sabbath.
Thedaysgrimm. Fucking subscribe to the Thedaysgrimm.
Subscribe to the Thedaysgrimm.
Yeah.
Follow JRL.
Yes, of course. Yeah, anywhere you can find JRL, follow their shit. They're great, dude. They do great work. They work with a lot of folks around town, man. It's just above exceptional. And then also as well, like and subscribe to the Thedaysgrimm. We would much appreciate that. Check out thedaysgrimm.com. Check out JRLLocal.com. just really dip the tip in wherever it feels right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know
whatever gets you off.
that gets edited out. Also, just thank you, gentlemen, so much. I greatly appreciate your time.
Happy to be here.
Thank you.
This is another thrilling episode of The Days Grimm. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm III.
And I'm Drew Head.
And this has been JRL Local. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Don't shoot a book. A book